I started as the master of Jin Feng's Lu, astonishing the world with a single sword. This video is purely for entertainment and does not infringe on copyrights or laws. The rights to the novel and image belong to the original author. We do not claim ownership. Don't like waiting and want to listen to this fanfic in full now? Subscribe to our Patreon, where you'll find the best fanfics. Chapter 776, Shang Jin Lake wants to preach, Sima Changhan invites. In a mansion, in a pavilion. Miss Liu, are you not going to sleep? You asked me to come to your mansion secretly so late. Su Chen looked at Liu Qingchao and said, Young Master Su, I asked you to come here to tell you that the person who leaked the Qir, Qinglong Society, killed Ho Xianyan was Li Guhong of the Li family, Liu Qingchao said directly without beating around the bush. The first person in the young generation of the Li family, the son of Li's Hanbei, the strongest man in the Li family, my, Qinglong Society, doesn't seem to have much hatred with him. This Li Guhong came to Holy Sword Lake to get a quota from Holy Sword Lake. It stands to reason that they have some friendship with Holy Sword Lake. Exposing us like this seems to be looking for an opponent for Holy Sword Lake, Su Chen said. If Holy Sword Lake doesn't know who did it, then it can investigate and not do anything. But if it knows that it was Qinglong Society who did it, then it will definitely come to Su Chen. According to Su Chen's guess, the other party should look for him tomorrow. I don't know the details, but I can imagine that Li Guhong did this because he wanted to cause chaos in Holy Sword Lake, Liu Qingchao said. Miss Liu, I owe you a favor this time, but I don't like to owe favors to people. Tell me how to repay it. Su Chen looked at Liu Qingchao and said, You don't want to help me kill Wan Chunhun. I wonder if you can help me kill Wan Chunhun's third son Wan Xiangsu, Liu Qingchao said. Miss Liu, it seems that you have a big grudge. You are going to kill the whole family, but Wan Chunhun's third son seems to be unknown and has no reputation in the Jiangnan martial arts world. Are you sure you want to kill him? Su Chen said. Although he is unknown in the martial arts world, he is the one that Wan Chunhun values the most. His talent is better than the other two. Now his strength may have entered the Danshan transformation sea, Liu Qingchao said. Hearing this, Su Chen condensed slightly. Wan Chunhun has 3 sons, and the third son is at most about the same age as him. At this age, if he has already entered the Danshan transformation sea, he is indeed talented. Okay, I'll find someone to take his life for you, but Miss Liu, I'm very surprised by your intelligence in Jiangnan. Maybe we have a chance to cooperate. Su Chen looked at Liu Qingchao and said. Sometimes, women are easier to get intelligence than men. Next time, young Master Su wants any intelligence, you can tell me and I'll help you find it, Liu Qingchao said. I hope there will be a next time. If I find you again next time, maybe you will have the capital to kill Wan Chunhun. Su Chen turned around and prepared to leave. At this time, a purple-clothed woman walked in at the door and whispered in Liu Qingchao's ear. Young Master Su, there may be a big commotion in Holy Sword Lake tomorrow. Jian Taijian, Xianjin Palace, was killed. Liu Qingchao looked at Su Chen and said. Everyone will die. It's not that people come to me, Qinglong Hu, because they die. Su Chen jumped and turned away. Soon Su Chen returned to his inn. My lord, Lin Xiaoshan revealed that the person who leaked the news was the person behind Yamar Palace Master and Bai Machin, but Lin Xiaoshan does not know who is behind them, Yuan Su Ain said. The person behind them, that means Li Guhong is the person behind them. Su Chen just got the news from Liu Qingchao. Once the news from both sides is confirmed, it can be known that the person behind Yamar Palace Master and Bai Machin is Li Guhong. Since the news was leaked by them, there is no need to keep them. Find them and kill them, Su Chen said with cold eyes. Also send a message to the 7 Dragons leader Wei Zhuang. Let him send someone to kill the third son of the Wan family in Yangchang, Wan Xiangsu. Wan Xiangsu's strength may be at the level of Danshan Huahei, Su Chen said. Yes, Yuan Su Ain said. At this moment, the sword master of Holy Sword Lake was sitting cross-legged in the secret room of Holy Sword Lake, with a solemn face. Was junior brother Jian killed by Qinglong Club? Sword Master Lu Wujian asked in a deep voice. Shouldn't be. Senior brother Jian is in good condition, but his eyes are sad. Should he have seen this person? The people of the Qinglong Society have just risen. Senior brother Jian has been in seclusion for many years. He should not know them, so it should not be the work of the Qinglong Society. In front of Lu Wujian, A thin and handsome man with bright eyes said. How was he killed? Lu Wujian asked in a deep voice. All his internal organs and meridians were ruptured and he died. Judging from the traces of the battle and the appearance of the heavenly gate in the sky at that time, Senior Brother Jian should have attracted the heavenly gate to cut a sword. The opponent's strength is much higher than Senior Brother Jian. The thin man said this with an extremely solemn expression. The storm is coming. It seems that our opponent is not simple. You go to Luoyang City tomorrow and meet Su Chen, the young leader of the Qinglong Society. Although Junior Brother Jian was not killed by the other party, I am the chief steward of Holy Sword Lake, but I was killed by the Qinglong Society. Let's see what he says. Lu Wujian's eyes flashed with cold light. Yes, the thin man bowed and left. This is the other junior brother of Swordmaster Lu Wujian, Ghost Sword, Gui Luishen. The next day the news about Jian Taichi's murder spread throughout Luoyang City. Do you think Jian Taichi was also killed by the people of Qinglong Club? I heard that the shadow of Shineman appeared at that time. If so, the strength of Qinglong Club is a bit terrifying. He is terrifying to begin with. Don't you know that Li Zunhan, the second dragon leader of Qinglong Club, is a strong man who broke Shineman with one sword, so it is normal to kill Jian Taichi? Some people were talking. It seems that these people think that Jian Taichi was killed by your people of Qinglong Club, Meizu Anshuang said while looking at the conversation downstairs. This can be regarded as making my Qinglong Club famous. Not bad. Su Chen's expression was very calm. Now it doesn't matter who killed Jian Taichi. What matters is to see how Sacred Sword Lake handles this matter. At this time, there was a knock at the door. Zhuang Zuanji opened the door. Someone asked me to pass this on. Outside the door was a waiter from the inn. Zhuang Zuanji handed the envelope to Su Chen, who opened it. See it at Green Willow Manor in the city, signed by Sima Changhun. It seems that Holy Sword Lake didn't look for me, but Sima Changhun wanted to meet me first. Yuan Suan had said something to Lin Ziaoshan last night. Suan, you stay here. I'm going to meet Sima Changhun. Su Chen didn't expect Sima Changhun to meet him at this time. He left the inn secretly. He arrived at a small manor in the city with red walls and green tiles. Please, when Su Chen arrived, an old man was already waiting at the door. When he saw Su Chen, he took him into the mansion. Passing through some small pavilions, he appeared in a pavilion next to a pond. A tall man was standing in the pavilion, looking at the blue lotus leaves in the pond. Young Master Su, please sit down. When Su Chen arrived, Sima Changhun turned around and asked Su Chen to sit down. Su Chen paid attention to Sima Changhun. He was very ordinary and nothing could be seen, but he had an indescribable temperament. He didn't understand why Sima Changhun came to him. Master Sima, you killed Jian Taichi? Yes, I did it myself, but I didn't intend to put the blame on you. Qinglong Society, Ho Xianayan was killed by me, and I asked Ziaoshan to encourage Bai Machin and others to ask you, Qinglong Society, to do it, but I didn't expect the news to be exposed, Sima Changhun said. Chapter 777, Four Great Treasures, Wool Sima Changhun. Master Sima is quite frank, but to be honest, I don't care about these. We, Qinglong Club, are in the business of killing people. We kill people who give us commissions. Does our Qinglong Club not do business because the other party is powerful? Master Sima, don't you think so? Su Chen said calmly. Young Master Su is not an ordinary person. Sima Changhun looked at Su Chen, and a trace of admiration flashed in his eyes. Su Chen's words revealed a sense of dominance. Such domineering is not only from the Qinglong Club behind him, but also from his own temperament. Master Sima, what is the matter with you asking me to come this time? Su Chen looked at Sima Changhun and said. Of course, I want to cooperate with young Master Su. To show my sincerity, I will introduce myself, the Master of the Luoyang Escort Agency, one of the four general envoys of Xianjianxi Jiangnan of the Great Zhou Dynasty, Sima Changhun said. Hearing this, Su Chen's face changed. He didn't expect Sima Changhun to be one of the four general envoys of Xianjianxi Jiangnan. Su Chen didn't quite understand the structure of the Xianjian division. But from the name, it was clear that Sima Changhun had an extraordinary status. Don't know what the cooperation is. Su Chen was very interested in the cooperation with Sima Changhun. Our goal is Feng Huiyan, the successor of the Changsheng Society. Of course, this is only one of the reasons. The second is to weaken the power of the Holy Sword Lake and let my Luoyuan escort agency become the overlord of Luoyuan County. Our cooperation is also based on these 2 points, Sima Chang'an said. Feng Huiyan, the successor of the Changsheng Society, Su Chen's heart moved, and news came from the capital. Emperor Zhou was injured, and it seemed that he wanted the secret book of immortality from the Changsheng Society and the immortal medicine from the Buliao Hall. Now that the successor of the Changsheng Society has appeared, it is normal for the Xianjian division to look for Feng Huiyan. As for weakening the Holy Sword Lake, it could be Sima Chang'an's own goal, or it could be one of the orders of the Xianjian division. We, the Qinglong Society, have always been doing business with a price. What kind of price the customer pays, what kind of person we kill. Su Chen looked at Sima Chang'an and said. Young Master Su is so happy. Sima Chang'an clapped his hands while speaking. After he clapped his hands, 5 figures slowly walked into the balcony. Each of them held a brocade box in their hands and then opened it. In the first brocade box, there was a palm-sized bead filled with blue halo, and a trace of water vapor flowed in its halo. This is the Nanli Yanshu pearl, which is unique to the Nanhe Xianyu clan. This bead can not only help warriors nourish the water-attributed true qi in their bodies, but also allow the wearer to walk underwater for a period of time. While Sima Chang'an was speaking, he walked to the second brocade box. In the brocade box was a dagger emitting green light, and there was a figure of a green python on the dagger. Green scale dagger, a weapon-level weapon. In the third brocade box was a herb that emitted a fiery breath. 1,000-year-old red sungrass can help warriors temper their meridians, and can also help warriors who practice fire-attributed exercises to transform their danshin into Qi. The fourth brocade box was placed with a string of Buddhist beads. The Buddhist beads worn by the 5th-generation living Buddha in Tantric Buddhism are said to contain the spiritual power of the 5th-generation living Buddha. The 5th brocade box contained a stack of silver bills. 30 million silver bills. Sima Chang'an introduced them one by one. Master Sima is really generous. Knowing these things, what do we need to do? Su Chen looked at Sima Chang'an and said. In his heart, he was amazed at Sima Chang'an's handiwork. When the Holy Sword Lake opens, help me hold back the Sword Master Lu Wujian, Sima Chang'an said. Just hold back Lu Wujian? No matter what method you use, anyone can do it. Su Chen looked at Sima Chang'an and said. Anyone can do it, as long as Lu Wujian has no chance to attack when I attack, Sima Chang'an said. Well, I didn't expect that I would get these things for free after coming here. A bag appeared in Su Chen's hand, and he stepped forward to pack up all the things inside. Obtain Nanli Yanshu's Hu, 2 orange lottery cards as reward. Obtain Qinglin Dagger, 1 orange lottery card as reward. Obtain Kaianian Chiang Grass, 1 orange lottery card as reward. Obtain Xianzang Living Buddha Pendant, 3 orange lottery cards as reward. Seeing this, Su Chen's face was full of smiles. He got 7 orange lottery cards at once. Especially the Living Buddha Pendant, it seems to be not ordinary. Sima Chang'an, who was opposite him, saw the smile on Su Chen's face and was a little confused. Young Master Su, Lu Wu sword is extraordinary. I am afraid it can be broken at any time. Not only that, he also has the power of the previous sword master. Sima Chang'an couldn't help but say, don't worry, Sima Dadan, I got the news that Ren Kaianxing, the deputy pavilion master of the West Pavilion of Xianaya Pavilion, wants to challenge the sword master. I am very familiar with Ren Kaianxing. When you take action, he will go to challenge Lu Wu's sword, Su Chen said. Kaianxing, deputy director of the West Pavilion of Xianaya Pavilion, wants to challenge Lu Wu's sword. I didn't expect that Su Shaolong was familiar with Ren Kaianxing. It's really surprising. Sima Chang'an showed surprise on his face. What's so surprising about this? Ren Kaianxing is the son of Guan Yushan, the general envoy of the 10 directions of Xianaya Pavilion. With your relationship, you must have found out that I know Guan Yushan, Su Chen said. Ren Kaianxing is the son of Guan Yushan, the general envoy of the 10 directions of Xianaya Pavilion. Hearing Su Chen say this, Sima Chang'an's surprised expression did not change. You don't have to worry about Ren Kaianxing's strength. Ren Kaianxing's strength is likely to surpass his master. Thank you for these treasures, Sima. I don't have to hand these things over to Qinglong Society. Sima, you won't take them back. Su Chen looked at Sima Chang'an and said. I have never asked for anything back after trading it out. This is your ability, Su Shaolong Xiao. By the way, Su Shaolong Xiao, You should be looking for the Lord of Yama Palace in Bai Tianyu. Here are their addresses. Su Shao Long Shao, if you want to deal with them, you can go here, but Su Shao Long Shao, the Lord of Yama Palace, Wei Dongjin, is not the real Wei Dongjin, but Wei Dongjin's brother, Wei Donghe, the Lord of Yama Palace, one of the four evil sects. Wei Dongjin's strength cannot be that weak. Sima Changhen handed an address in his hand to Su Chen. Is that so? It is rumored that there are strong men who have entered the heavenly gate in the Xianjin Palace. I wonder if Bai Tianyu has the power to come to him, Su Chen said. Not everyone can have the power to come to him, not to mention that the strong men who have entered the heavenly gate in the Xianjin Palace have good qualifications, but they are just average above the heavenly gate, Sima Changhen said coldly. Sima Changhen didn't care about Bai Tianyu at all. Master Sima, I feel like we met too late. We have a pleasant cooperation. If you have other people to kill, you can also inform me. Many masters from my Qinglong Club have come, Su Chen said. Sima Changhen's move was extraordinary, and he wanted to get more wool. Haha, Master Su, there should be a chance. We will contact each other then, Sima Changhen said with a smile. Chapter 778 Pangbin Experience Card, Sword King Zizia Feng, Emperor Tyrant Awakening Card. I must contact you again. Su Chen looked at Sima Changhen with shining eyes. How many books does he have to read to get these rewards? His previous vision was a bit narrow. He thought that he could get a lottery card by lying down and reading books and treasures. But he got so many treasures and ancient books in the Nanguang family, but he didn't get many rewards. This time he came into contact with Sima Changhen, Jin Junmo and others. Whether it was a treasure given to him or a treasure he touched, he could get a lottery card. Could it be that the acquisition of lottery cards has a certain relationship with warriors? Su Chen thought to himself. After saying goodbye to Sima Changhen, Su Chen left the manor and got on the carriage to return to the inn. On the carriage, Su Chen took a look at the 7 orange lottery cards he got. He directly drew these 7 orange lottery cards, get a one-day experience card for the magician Pang Ban, and get the peak martial arts cultivation of 20 years after Zhao Qiushu. Obtained 1 awakening card of the special physique, Emperor Tyrant Body, of the exclusive character Li Chen's Hao, and 1 card of the power infusion of the character Yan Nanshan at the peak period. Obtained the character Zizia Feng, obtained the 10-year strength of the heavenly realm, and obtained the Hunun Kaianjin ring. Seeing this, Su Chen, his eyes open wide. This is a completely explosive reward. The first is the one-day experience card of the Magic Master Pang Ban. The Magic Master Pang Ban is the top master of the magic in Wang Yi's novel, Reversing the Rain and Turning the Clouds. He is a godlike man in the evil way. He is good at controlling matter with his spirit and reaching the state of unity between man and nature. In Reversing the Rain and Turning the Clouds, only Lang Fanian can fight with him. He practices the Tao Heart Planting Demon method. Strength, has broken through the gate of heaven. In terms of strength, it only says that he has broken through the gate of heaven, but does not really introduce his strength. After 20 years of martial arts cultivation, Zhao Qiushui has now stepped into the sea to concentrate his mind, and when he first entered the sea to concentrate his mind, he killed the average sea concentration strong man, which shows how powerful he is. With a peak martial arts cultivation of these 20 years, his strength is probably close to that of Guan Yushan and others. Don't even give Guan Qi an upgrade. The 4 absolute masters in Wenshu, Yan Kuangtu is needless to say, and now Zhao Qiushui has fully upgraded. Guan Qi has just stepped into the sea to concentrate, which is a bit low. When Su Chen saw Li Chen's special physique, he was slightly surprised. Emperor Tyrant Body is a natural hegemon, and the physique that can only be produced by the Emperor can increase the powerful power of his own divine power, and can also make his burst of attack power even more terrifying. Divine power suppression, key power suppression, this is a bit scary. However, Li Chen's only got the awakening card, awakening the Emperor Tyrant Body physique. If he wants to become stronger, he still needs to practice and explore. Yan Nanshan Peak Skill Infusion Card. Yan Nanshan's strength in Gulong's novels is absolutely strong, and he is stronger than Tai's Hongtang at his peak. Then he looked at the character Zizia Feng. Zizia Feng's strongest state was when the crescent moon scimitar walked out of the thatched cottage. If it was in the early stage, he would probably be like Yan Nanshan before, and his strength would not be as strong as Zeman Chuksu. In Gulong's novels, there is only one person who became a sword god, and that is Zimanchuksu at his peak. Zizia Feng is called the Emperor of Swords, but he is not a sword god. His swordsmanship has reached the point of perfection and no trace can be found. Su Chen checked Zizia Feng's information. Zizia Feng is a character from Gulong's novels, The Third Young Master's Sword, and Crescent Moon Scimitar. He practices sword moves, the Heaven-Stopping Sword, and the Earth-Smashing, Heaven-Death Burning. Strength, broken level. Su Chen was relieved to see this. This should be Zizia Feng's strength at his peak. Another broken level character has come. Su Chen was a little happy. The second broken level master of the Qinglong Club, one of the 10 great sword masters. Plus the 2 broken level masters of Xianaya Pavilion. There are already 4 people. Is it that my luck will be better if I come into contact with a strong person? 10 years of heavenly inner strength has also made me stronger. Su Chen's current strength has reached the level of Danshan Huahei. In his late stage of concentration, Su Chen felt that his foundation was not enough, and he didn't know what kind of divine power he could condense. And he didn't have the feeling of condensing divine power. The last one was a Hunun Kaianjin ring, a weapon-level weapon. According to the strength of its own true ki, it can form a heavy pressure space, that is, the more true ki flows in, the larger the heavy pressure space is, or the higher the gravity is. The carriage continued to move forward. It was only when Su Chen returned to the inn. The inn seemed very quiet. Zhuang Zuanji and Mei Zuanshuang were in the lobby of the inn. In addition to them, there was another person sitting in the inn. Sitting there, a cold breath emanated from him. Behind him stood 2 masked men in black, who also exuded a cold breath. After Su Chen stepped into the inn, the man in black looked at Su Chen. Boom! A terrifying sword energy swept towards Su Chen. 4 figures appeared in front of Su Chen, and a ki energy appeared on their bodies, dissolving the sword energy. After the sword energy was dissolved, Zhuan Jian, who was standing behind Su Chen, took a step forward, exuding a cold and terrifying aura, and swept towards the other party. HMPH, the man in black snorted coldly, and his ki energy also burst out and collided with Zhuan Jian's ki energy. At the moment of their collision, the ki energy went all around, and the surrounding tables and chairs were instantly broken. Of course, the tables and chairs next to the man in black were not damaged. After the attack, the aura on his body quickly converged. He stood up and said, I am Holy Sword Lake, Human Ghost Sword, Gui Lu Xing, meeting Su Shaolong Xiao, Holy Sword Lake, Human Ghost Sword, Gui Lu Xing, is this way of greeting, the way you, Holy Sword Lake, treat guests? Su Chen looked at Gui Lu Xing with cold eyes. Young Master Su, you should understand my intention. We, Holy Sword Lake, want young Master Su to give a reasonable explanation. Gui Lu Xing looked at Su Chen and said. The people of Qinglong Club killed Ho Xianan. And now the outside world still mistakenly believes that Jian Taichi was also killed by Qinglong Club. This made the reputation of Holy Sword Lake plummet again. At this moment, many people are watching the attitude of Holy Sword Lake. If Holy Sword Lake is not strong, not only will the reputation of Holy Sword Lake plummet, but those dark hands will become more unscrupulous. That is extremely dangerous for Holy Sword Lake. Now, reasonable explanation. I don't know what reasonable explanation you want. My Qinglong Club is open to accept commissions. Whoever gives us commissions and pays us, we will do the work. For other things, we, Qinglong Club, don't care at all. You, Holy Sword Lake, can also entrust us, Qinglong Club, as long as you can afford the reward, Su Chen said coldly. He didn't expect Holy Sword Lake to come to see him so domineeringly. Young Master Su, Jiang, who is not just about fighting and killing, there are also certain rules. Gui Lu Xing looked at Su Chen and said. Are you saying that I don't follow the rules? Su Chen's face turned cold. Zhuan Jian, first weigh the strength of this Mr. Gui and see if he can make me follow the rules. Su Chen's voice was a little cold. The good mood before was now ruined by this guy. Did the people who came from Holy Sword Lake have their brains kicked by a donkey? Chapter 779, Fierce Fight, Ransom, 5 Holy Sword Fruits. After receiving Su Chen's order, Zhuan Jian split the long sword in his hand into 2 and clenched his hands. A terrifying divine power instantly burst out from his body, and a black aura filled the entire inn. The sword energy on his body also condensed on his double blades. Boom! He kicked the ground with his foot, and his figure shot out violently, and the two swords in his hands attacked the opponent like a whirlwind. Gui Luosheng saw Zhuangjian's attack, and his face condensed. The divine power on his body quickly burst out. This divine power was gloomy and cold. Whoosh! Gui Luosheng grabbed the long sword on the table with his palm and sucked it into his hand. The long sword was unsheathed. A terrifying and gloomy sword energy permeated from his body and gathered on the long sword in his hand. A cold breath was faintly revealed on the long sword, and the surrounding air was constantly torn apart by this sword energy. Kill! The two men shouted in a low voice and fought instantly. The long swords collided. The air wave burst out. The two figures each stepped back a few steps. Su Chen's eyes moved slightly. This Gui Luosheng's strength is not weaker than Zhuangjian. Zhuangjian looked at him coldly. Do you dare to fight outside? If the two powerful masters of the sea were to fight in the inn would be destroyed. The eyes of Gui Luosheng opposite Zhuangjian condensed slightly. He chose to stay in the inn. In fact, he also wanted to have an opportunity to stop. But the other party had no intention of stopping. Then he also wanted to see the strength of the masters around Su Chen. Let's go. Gui Luosheng's figure turned into a residual image and left the inn first. Zhuangjian followed him out with a sword in both hands. Let's go out and take a look. Su Chen walked out of the inn with a few people. Holy Sword Lake. The strong target was wrong. Since it was wrong, it must pay the price. On the street, seeing two figures appear, they left one after another. That's Gui Luosheng from Holy Sword Lake. Who is that person? Some people saw Zhuangjian confronting Gui Luosheng and couldn't help but speak. I don't know, but since he can fight with Gui Luosheng, this person must be very powerful. Isn't that Su Chen, the young leader of the Qinglong Society? When some people saw Su Chen coming out, they immediately understood what was going on. It seemed that there was a conflict between the Holy Sword Lake and Su Chen. Sister, I didn't expect that this young leader Su would choose to fight with the Holy Sword Lake. At this time, on a restaurant not far away, Liu Qingchao and the purple-clothed woman were standing by the window, watching two people appear on the street. The Holy Sword Lake is in trouble now. If they swallow their anger, the black hand that provoked this turmoil will be more unscrupulous, so they want to suppress the Qinglong Society, but unfortunately they are facing the Qinglong Society. Since the Qinglong Society dares to take action, they will not be afraid of the Holy Sword Lake. I just don't know if this person can be a match for Gui Luosheng, Liu Qingchao said. It's hard to say. This person should be the guardian beside Su Chen. His strength is at least at the top level of the sea concentration. He has fought in Jinling City and killed many sea concentration masters, the purple-clothed woman said. Another place on a tall building. Lai Guhong and Feng Huiyin, the successor of the Changsheng Society, were standing, looking at the street. Brother Feng, your move is really good. I didn't expect them to fight now, Lai Guhong said. It's not that my move is good, but they have to do this. Holy Sword Lake is now surrounded by enemies. If it doesn't become stronger, its reputation will fall, and Qinglong Society will not swallow its anger. I expect a fight. I just don't know if Jian Taichi was killed by Qinglong Society. If so, then Qinglong Society must have sent a lot of masters, Feng Huiyin said. While he was talking, boom, the auras of the two began to surge, and a terrifying black aura appeared around Zhuangjian. The aura began to spread and envelop Gui Luosheng. A terrifying and heavy pressure swept over in an instant. Divine power, ghost is born without form, Gui Luosheng shouted in a low voice, unfolding his divine power. With a divine power, several gloomy shadows appeared behind him. Ghost is born without form soul-capturing sword. Gui Luosheng raised the long sword in his hand and slashed it out. With the sword slashed out, endless ghost shadows surged out of the sword and headed towards Zhuangjian. Those who were watching the battle and approaching sensed the danger and fled. Ghost Luosheng's sword art, without life ghost form, not only has sword energy, but also can attack the mind. I don't know if the people of Qinglong Hu can stop it. On the high building, Lai Guhong spoke. Just take a look and you will know, Feng Huiyin said softly. Zhuangjian's eyes were cold. Sword shadow, soul division, black and white Zhuangjian, two-handed long sword slashed out, and several black shadows appeared in the sword shadow at the moment of slashing. These shadows were formed by the double-edged killing in his hand, after slashing the opponent, absorbing the spirit of the strong man in the sea, and then nourishing himself. Seeing this move, the faces of some spectators changed. Boom. The two people's attacks intertwined. The terrifying airwaves continued to burst up, and the two figures fought dozens of times in the air in an instant. The sword energy soared into the sky, and the gloomy sword intent filled the world. The attacks of the two people were cold, making the originally hot streets instantly become like the 12th lunar month. Bang! The two figures staggered. Both sides looked at each other solemnly. In the fierce confrontation just now, each knew the strength of the other. If you want to defeat the opponent, you may need to use stronger means. Gui Luosheng's eyes condensed slightly. This situation is not what he wants. Boom. Just when he wanted to think, a suction force appeared on Zhuangjian, who was opposite him, but this absorption was not the energy between heaven and earth, but the power of the two long swords in his hands. A bloody aura appeared in the long sword, along his arm, and into his body. Every time the black and white Zhuangjian killed someone, he not only absorbed the opponent's spirit, but also absorbed some of the opponent's blood and essence, which was nourished on the long sword. When these essences and blood flowed into Zhuangjian's body, blood and energy surged in Zhuangjian's body. Along with the blood and energy, black sword energy also spread out, and the surrounding air several feet was torn and collapsed. The two swords were raised at the same time. The figure moved, turned into a residual image, and attacked Gui Luosheng again. The longsword in his hand also slashed out at the same time. Boom! The two terrifying sword auras instantly looked like black meteorites. Seeing this, Gui Luosheng's expression changed. He also burst out with all his strength. A sword slashed out. Bang! The two forces collided, and Gui Luosheng's body was shaken and flew backwards. The momentary hesitation of a warrior in a fight will miss the opportunity. Once the first opportunity is lost, there is only defeat. Sir, the two men in black who followed Gui Luosheng wanted to rush out when they saw this. But they were blocked by two black shadows. At this time, Bai Zhuangjian rushed out, closed the long sword in his hand, and slapped Gui Luosheng with his right hand. Puff! Gui Luosheng spit out a mouthful of blood. Then he was grabbed by the neck by a hand and brought to Su Chen. Su Chen looked at the two men in black and said, "Don't worry, we won't kill him. Go back and prepare 5 holy sword fruits and bring them to redeem him." Hearing Su Chen's words, the two men in black were stunned. The holy sword fruit, Holy Sword Lake, only produces 10 pieces every year. Su Chen wanted to spend 5 pieces at once, which was a bit too cruel. Why is this Gui Luosheng less than 5 holy sword fruits? If it's not worth it, it's a pity. We can only kill him, Su Chen said coldly as he looked at the two men. Let's go back immediately. Seeing this, the two men in black looked at each other and left quickly. On the top of the tall building. This Su Chen is very arrogant. He confronted the Holy Sword Lake so hard, but it's a pity that he didn't kill Gui Luosheng. Looking at Su Chen on the street, Feng Huiyan sighed. Brother, isn't this better? The collision between the Qinglong Society and the Holy Sword Lake will be more beneficial to us, Li Guhong said. The show is over, let's go. Just as Feng Huiyan turned around, the old butler beside Li Guhong entered the pavilion. Bai Tianyu and Wei Donghe of Yamar Palace were killed, the old butler said in a low voice. Chapter 780, Holy Sword Lake, Compromise. Lu Chimu, one of the 5 elders. You said Bai Tianyu and Wei Donghe were dead. How is that possible? How did they die? Li Guhong asked with a frown. Both died by the sword, one pierced through the heart, the other pierced through the throat. The attacker should be lying in ambush outside the secret room where they were hiding. The moment they left the house, they attacked very quickly and killed the two, the old housekeeper said. It seems that it was someone from the Qinglong Society who did it. The Qinglong Society's means of revenge came really quickly. Where are the bodies of these two people now? Feng Huiyan said on the side. They were thrown on the road, and the people from the Yamar Palace have taken the bodies away, the old housekeeper said. Brother, I will go to see the bodies of these two people later, Li Guhong said in a deep voice. Okay, be careful. Feng Huiyan nodded, and looked back at the direction of the inn where Su Chen was. This Su Xiaolong show is not simple, you need to pay attention, Feng Huiyan said and walked out of the room. Li Guhong and the old housekeeper also left. Not much time. The news that Qinglong Society, detained Shengjin Lake, Gui Lua Sheng and asked Shengjin Lake to pay 5 holy sword fruits to redeem him also spread quickly. In the inn opposite the Luoyang escort agency, Lin Ocean pushed open the door. Sima Chang'an was sitting inside. Brother, this time, Shengjin Lake lost face a bit. Gui Lua Sheng was detained by Su Chen. Su Chen asked for 5 holy sword fruits to redeem Gui Lua Sheng. According to Lu Wujian's style, he should not use 5 holy sword fruits to redeem him. Do you think he will come in person? Lin Ocean said. Lu Wujian will not come. He will send someone to deliver 5 holy sword fruits. Is there anything else? Sima Chang'an shook his head. Also, Wei Donghe and Bai Tianyu were killed, and their bodies were thrown on the street. The attack was a one-shot kill, without giving the two any chance to fight back. Judging from the method, it should be the Qinglong Society who did it. When I came, the people from the Yama Palace had already taken the bodies away. I was afraid that someone was watching, so I didn't follow them. Brother, the people from the Qinglong Society killed Bai Tianyu and Wei Donghe, and we lost our target, Lin Ocean said. This Su Shaolong is really decisive. He killed 2 people in such a short time. You go and give a gift to Su Shaolong to thank him for showing mercy and sparing your life. Have you found out where Feng Huiyan is? Sima Chang'an said. No, brother, do you think the person behind Wei Donghe and the others is Feng Huiyan? Lin Ocean said. Feng Huiyan won't be interested in them, and the person who contacted them would not be Feng Huiyan, but Wei Donghe is dead. Wei Dongjin should show up soon. With his identity, he may be able to meet Feng Huiyan, but I still don't understand what the meaning of Feng Huiyan doing these things now is. Does he know my identity? Sima Chang'an frowned slightly. You go and deliver the things first, and then help me deliver something to Su Chen to thank him for helping me get revenge for the Luoyang escort agency, Sima Chang'an said. This, Lin Ocean didn't understand why he had to send something to Su Chen, but he still went down to prepare the gift according to Sima Chang'an's words. After Lin Ocean left, Sima Chang'an stood up. Lu Wujian. Maybe it's not just me dealing with you, there are others, Sima Chang'an sighed. In the inn, Su Chen looked at Lin Ocean who came over with a puzzled look in his eyes. He didn't expect that Lin Ocean actually sent him 2 gifts. When he knew that it was Sima Chang'an who sent them, he couldn't help but secretly thought, Sima Chang'an is a good person. Thank you, Boss Sima. You are very polite. I will also send you a message. Bai Tianyu may be behind Lai Guhong of the Lai family. In return, the other party sent something, and Su Chen also told the other party a message. What? Young Dragon Chief, you said that Bai Tianyu and the others were behind Lai Guhong. Hearing this, Lin Ocean's expression changed. Su Chen nodded. Thank you, young Dragon Chief Su, I'll take my leave first. After Lin Ocean saluted, he left eagerly. Looking at the 2 things sent by Lin Ocean, Su Chen started to investigate. Get 1,000-year-old extreme evil snow grass, get a yuan iron bead, and reward 2 orange lottery cards. Sima Chang'an's wool is really good, Su Chen thought to himself. The body was taken away by the Yama Palace. Can you find out where the body is now? Su Chen said to Yuan Suyan. I left a special mark so that I can find them at any time. Okay, then let's go to meet them at night and see who is behind them. Su Chen was not going to swallow the trick. He wanted to kill the person who tricked him. Late at night, an old man in a black robe appeared in the inn. Behind the old man followed 3 people in purple robes. The old man's breath was restrained, without a trace of breath fluctuation. But when Su Chen looked at the other party, he felt a sort intent like twilight, which made people feel extremely sad. I am Lu Chemu from Holy Sword Lake, and I meet Su Shaolong Xiao. The old man came to Su Chen and bowed slightly. Elder Lu, one of the 5 elders of Holy Sword Lake, it's a pleasure to meet you. Su Chen looked at the old man and said, Young Master Su, these are 5 holy sword fruits, plus 2 gifts. I hope that the Qinglong Society will not attack anyone from my Holy Sword Lake in the near future. While Lu Chemu was speaking, he asked the 3 people who followed him to open the gifts. 5 holy sword fruits were placed in a brocade box. In the other 2 brocade boxes, one contained a piece of yellow silk cotton, and the other contained a token. This yellow silk cotton was left by the current master of Zhenwu Taoist Temple, when he was observing swords at the Sword Tomb in my Holy Sword Lake. This token is a token to enter the Sword Heart Island of Holy Sword Lake. Young Master Su can bring 5 people in at will. When the time comes, you can use this token to choose a sword species from the sword tomb in my holy sword lake, and take it away. Lu Qimu said. Hearing Lu Qimu's words, Su Chen's heart moved slightly. He didn't expect that. Holy Sword Lake not only brought 5 holy sword fruits, but also sent 2 treasures, so that the Qinglong Club would not take action for the time being. If you have this attitude from the beginning, why bother to arrest your people? Okay, my Qinglong Club will not accept any commissions from Holy Sword Lake for the time being. The other party has already made concessions, and there is no need for Su Chen to embarrass the other party. Then thank you, young Dragon Chief Su. I wonder if I can take people away. Lu Qimu looked at Su Chen and said, Sir Gui Luosheng is downstairs, he can leave with you. Su Chen nodded. Lu Qimu nodded slightly to Su Chen, then turned and left. After Lu Qimu and the others left, Su Chen put away the things and successfully got 3 orange lottery cards again. Then they quickly left the inn. Outside the city, in a dilapidated manner, 2 bodies were placed on a white cloth. A man in a purple-black robe, with a burly figure and black hair, was looking at the 2 bodies on the ground. His face was very similar to Wei Donghe lying on the ground. He was the real Lord of Yama Palace, Wei Dongjin. Chapter 781, Strong Wei Dongjin, Su Chen, breaking Lai Guhong's neck. In the broken courtyard, dozens of people in black stood. Why did the Qinglong Society attack Donghe? Wei Dongjin's voice seemed very low. Palace Master, Bai Machin and others asked the Qinglong Society to kill Hokkaian from Holy Sword Lake, but told Lai Guhong about this. Lai Guhong spread the news. A man in black beside him said hurriedly. Boom. When the man in black finished speaking, a terrifying aura burst out from Wei Dongjin's body. For a moment, a terrifying pressure fell instantly in the whole broken courtyard. Only one person behind him was still standing upright in the broken courtyard. The others were bent, and their knees were trying their best to support their bodies. Lai Guhong, he is breaking the rules. Is he going to kill my brother? Wei Dongjin's voice was cold. Creak. At this time, 2 figures pushed the door and walked in. One of them was wearing a purple robe with gold embroidery. A man in brocade clothes and a roll-up hat, a middle-aged man with a big belly, dressed like a wealthy businessman, with all kinds of rings and gems on his hands. In the broken courtyard, Wei Dongjin restrained his breath, looked at the 2 people who came in and said, Why are you here now, Palace Master? I encountered something on the way here, but I have dealt with it, the man in purple robe said. While speaking, he looked at the 2 corpses on the ground, frowned slightly and said, Palace Master, what is Deputy Palace Master Wei doing? The black-robed man next to him told the details of the matter. Palace Master, what is Lai Guhong trying to do? How dare he break the rules of the martial arts world? Hearing the words of the black-robed man, the purple-robed man's face turned cold. I also want to know why he did this. Jia Yan, go see Lai Guhong and ask him to come to see me. I want to see what he has to say to me, Wei Dongjin said to the wealthy businessman. Palace Master Wei, this matter is completely unexpected. When he finished speaking, Lai Guhong walked in quickly with the old housekeeper. Seeing Lai Guhong appear, Wei Dongjin looked at him, and a fierce killing intent enveloped Lai Guhong. Lai Guhong, who was striding in, stopped in an instant, and a sense of terror appeared in his heart. In the blink of an eye, beads of sweat covered his forehead. Wei Dongjin, you? The old man behind him saw this, his face changed, and a breath burst out from his body, wanting to help Lai Guhong resist Wei Dongjin's momentum suppression. But at the moment his breath burst out, a terrifying cold air instantly enveloped him, and the true energy that burst out from his body was suppressed back in an instant, and his whole body was like falling into an ice cellar. The cold air swept into his body. God, he was about to send out his own divine power. But at this time, Wei Dongjin's figure turned into a residual image, and appeared in front of the old man in an instant. Yan Luo finger, a finger pointed at the old man's brow. Bang! The old man's brow exploded directly, and blood spurted out. At this moment, Lai Guhong was looking back, and blood and brain matter all collapsed on his face. Wei Dongjin returned to the position where he stood before. Kneel down. Boom! The terrified Lai Guhong's legs were completely out of control, and he knelt directly on the ground. If it weren't for the cooperation with Lai's Henbei, you would have to lie here today. Wei Dongjin looked at Lai Guhong and said, Wei Dongjin, are you looking for death? If you have the guts, kill me. If you kill me,
You can't leave Luoyang City. Lai Guhong's expression became ferocious. It was his shame to kneel here under pressure. It would be better to kill him. Threatening me, you dare to break the rules of the martial arts world. If I kill you, your father won't blame me. Why did you release such news? Wei Dongjin looked at Lai Guhong and asked coldly. I'm afraid to tell you that you have the life to ask, but not the life to listen, Lai Guhong growled ferociously. Well, it seems that it's not your idea, but someone else's idea. Then you can tell me and see if I, Wei Dongjin, have the life to listen. Hearing Lai Guhong's words, Wei Dongjin's face showed surprise. HMPH, Lai Guhong stopped talking. He couldn't talk about the Changsheng Society and Feng Huiyin. Don't you want to talk? Wei Dongjin's eyes turned cold, and he appeared in front of Lai Guhong. He grabbed his head with his palm and pressed it directly to the ground. Bang! 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 He kowtowed 3 times. After the kowtow, he took back the aura that was pressing on the other person. Wei Dongjin, you are looking for death, you are looking for death. Without the suppression of ki, Lai Guhong looked extremely ferocious, with endless murderous intent in his eyes. But he didn't dare to do it, because Wei Dongjin's murderous intent was too strong now. He was afraid that if he moved, the other party would really kill him. He regretted coming here now. You want to kill me? Come back when you have the ability, the Lord of Yamas snorted coldly. With a wave of his hand, Lai Guhong was thrown out of the yard by this force. Outside the yard, Lai Guhong spit out a mouthful of blood. He looked at the broken yard with vicious eyes, struggled to stand up, and left quickly. Inside the broken courtyard. Palace Master, do you want to follow and check the person behind Lai Guhong? The man in black beside Wei Dongjin said. Wei Dongjin raised his hand and shook his head, saying, the person behind him is not simple. Today I will teach Lai Guhong a lesson. I really want to see if you will come to see me. In one place, Lai Guhong stopped, took out a pill from his arms and swallowed it. After a while, Lai Guhong stood up and turned to leave. But he didn't take many steps. A figure appeared in front of him. I didn't expect our young master Lai to be so embarrassed today. It was Su Chen who came out. Yuan Su Ayan had done something to the corpse, so they found this place quickly. Su Chen saw clearly what happened in the broken courtyard just now. Wei Dongjin did not blame the Qinglong Society, but instead put his anger and murderous intent on Lai Guhong. Lai Guhong was forced to kowtow, which was really embarrassing. Originally, Su Chen wanted to deal with Wei Dongjin, but Su Chen liked the other party's style of doing things. Besides, if the other party is killed, Luoyang County will be somewhat stable. But stability is not good. He followed Lai Guhong and wanted to know from Lai Guhong who the person he was talking about was. Su Chen, why are you here? Lai Guhong's face changed when he saw Su Chen. If you spread the news, who else should I look for if not you? When Su Chen spoke, his figure flashed and appeared in front of Lai Guhong. Storm slash. Seeing this, Lai Guhong raised his right foot and turned into a strong wind to slash towards Su Chen. The speed was extremely fast. You are injured. But you still move. You are really looking for death? Su Chen raised his palm and grabbed the other party's thigh. Then he lifted the other party's body directly. Boom. Falling on the ground. Bang. 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 3 times in an instant Lai Guhong's body came into violent contact with the ground. The energy in his body was scattered, blood kept spurting out of his mouth, and he seemed to be not very smooth when speaking. Su Chen's figure flashed, his palm landed on the opponent's neck, lifted him up, and a wave of mental power swept towards him. Who is the person behind you? Su Chen said. Behind me is my senior brother, Feng Huiyin, the successor of the Changsheng Society. You are a disciple of the Changsheng Society. I am just a nominal disciple, Lai Guhong said little by little. Where is Feng Huiyin? I don't know, it was my senior brother who came to find me. After a while, Su Chen got a lot of information from Lai Guhong. You are useless, use your brain before doing anything next time, Su Chen said and exerted force with his palm. Crack! He directly broke the opponent's neck. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelis. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 782, Heavenly Sword Canon, Yunhei Sect, Yunhei Shin, Zhenwu Taoist Temple, Disciple. There is an error in the previous chapter. It was Lu Chimu, one of the 5 elders, who has corrected it. The palm loosened. Su Chen touched Lai Guhong's body. There was nothing special, only some silver bills. Nothing useful. What a waste. Su Chen stood up with some disappointment. Master, do you want to deal with this Lai Guhong's body? Yuan Suyin said. Use his body to fish for Feng Huiyin. I really want to see if this Feng Huiyin will show up. Su Chen glanced at Lai Guhong's body on the ground and said. You arrange it, let's go. Since we know Feng Huiyin's existence, let's see if we can fish him out. If we fish him out, we can talk to Sima Changhen. Maybe we can get some wool from Sima Changhen. After Yuan Suyin finished the arrangement, the two left quickly. The next day, early in the morning, a secret room under the broken courtyard not far away. It was spacious and brightly lit. A man in black appeared in front of Wei Dongjin. Palace Master, we found Lai Guhong's body not far away. His throat was cut by someone. The man in black came to Wei Dongjin. He was killed. It seems that it was the work of the Qinglong Society. The Qinglong Society is decisive. Let him die. Anyway, I didn't kill him. Who is the leader of the Qinglong Society in Luoyang City now? Wei Dongjin didn't care about Lai Guhong's death. The Qinglong Society's young leader Su Chen is in Luoyang City now. As for whether he is the leader, it's unclear. Should we deal with the body? The man in black asked. No need to deal with it. The other party should be looking for the person behind Lai Guhong. If we don't move, we won't have any intersection with the other party. What's more, I also want to see what Lai Zhenbi's reaction will be when he knows his son is dead. By the way, please help me make an appointment with the young leader of the Qinglong Society, Wei Dongjin said. Palace Master, did the Qinglong Society kill the deputy Palace Master? The man in black asked in confusion. Although we are not a famous and upright sect, we should abide by the rules when doing things, not to mention that the Qinglong Society is very powerful. We, Yanluo Palace, want to be reborn, and we should not offend such a strong opponent. Killers are not scary. What is scary is powerful killers. This time, we have to fight for our lives so that we can break through the gate of heaven and leave, Wei Dongjin said. I will arrange it right away. The man in black bowed and left. Jia Yan, prepare some gifts for me. Lin Jiangxin, you start investigating Sima Changhen. You must find him. The things in his hands are related to whether I can make further progress, Wei Dongjin said. Yes, the two people behind him quickly saluted and left. At this time, in a quiet courtyard in the city, Feng Huiyin frowned. Master, Lai Guhong was injured before his neck was broken. From the news, his injury should be caused by Wei Dongjin. In front of Feng Huiyin, a middle-aged man in a black robe said. This Wei Dongjin is really too arrogant, but there are not many people who dare to kill Lai Guhong. Who do you think killed Lai Guhong? Feng Huiyin said in a deep voice. It should be someone from the Qinglong Society, said the middle-aged man in black robe. The Qinglong Society is really cruel. You go and send Lai Guhong's body back to the Lai family. Let the Lai family handle the rest of the matter, Feng Huiyin said. Master, I'm afraid Lai Zhenbi can't come to Luoyang City recently, the man next to him replied. Hearing the man's words, Feng Huiyin's expression moved slightly, and he couldn't help asking, what happened to the Lai family? The Lai family has recently confronted the newly rising force of the Beggars Gang in Jiangnan. The Beggars Gang, a gang composed of beggars. Didn't the leader Qiao Feng just become a concentrated spirit master? Such a force is worthy of the Lai family's attention, Feng Huiyin said in confusion. He had heard of the Beggars Gang when he came to Jiangnan. He also paid attention to it. But its strength is average. The strength of the leader Qiao Feng is rumored to have just stepped into the sea to concentrate his spirit. Such strength is not worthy of his attention. Master, Qiao Feng's strength should be the top-level concentrated spirit master. His divine power is extremely domineering. He has not just stepped into the sea to concentrate his spirit, and not only Qiao Feng is strong, there are many strong people in this beggar gang. It is said that they are members of the beggar gang elders. 5 people suddenly appeared, 2 of whom are concentrated spirit masters, the middle-aged man in black robe said in a deep voice. I didn't expect that there would be so many powerful forces in the great Zhou martial arts world now. Let's send the corpse over first. As for how to make the decision, it's Lai Zhenbi's own business. We can't move now. Holy Sword Lake is our target. Have you found Heavenly Holy Sword Cannon? Somewhere in the Sword Tomb, the people who sneaked into Holy Sword Lake
Haven't responded yet. However, the elder Lu Chimu of the Sword Tomb appeared in the Holy Sword Lake, which means that there are no masters in Holy Sword Lake who can deal with the current crisis. Only the people who can make the 5 elders appear, maybe adding a little more fire, can make Holy Sword Lake more chaotic, the middle-aged man said. What do you have in mind? Jin Junmo is in Luoyang City. If he can help, I believe he can make Holy Sword Lake more chaotic. Jin Junmo came to Holy Sword Lake for the Sword Heart Clear Grass. The young master can cooperate with him and promise to help him get the Sword Heart Clear Grass, the middle-aged man said. Okay, I'll meet Jin Junmo when I have time, Feng Huiyan said. Then I will deal with Li Guheng's body first, and then I will go to see Jin Junmo, the middle-aged man bowed. At this time, in another Lingjiang area, Xiangsha City, Guan Yushan was sitting on the main chair. Among the 10 envoys, except for Liao Rushan and Jianzhen who were going to the South China Sea, they were all in the hall. Chu Xiangyu, Yan Yinzhu and others sat on both sides. General Envoy, I have received news that the forces around the northern Grand Canal are gathering and preparing to unite against us. The leader is the leader of the Yunhe sect, Yunhe Shen. He is the eldest disciple of Yan Jiju, the chief elder of Zhenwu Taoist Temple, 9 Swords. He practices one of the 3 unique skills of Zhenwu Taoist Temple, 9 Swords of the Galaxy falling in the sky. He is a very strong swordsman and has not made a move for many years. It is rumored that this Yunhe sect is not among the 13 sects of Tingzhou, but secretly controls half of the sects in Tingzhou. It can be said that it is the overlord of Tingzhou hidden in the dark. Now that he has responded, the area around the northern Grand Canal has gathered quickly, Yan Yinzhu said. After finishing speaking, his expression was a little solemn. After all, Yun Haisheng is involved in Zhenwu Taoist Temple. Yun Haisheng, Zhenwu Taoist Temple, is this his reliance? When they gather, I will come in person, just in time to subdue them all, and kill all those who refuse to obey, Guan Yushan said coldly. But behind him is this Zhenwu Taoist Temple, Yan Yinzhu asked again. Isn't this Zhenwu Taoist Temple behind this Zhenwu Garden? Isn't it still occupied by Tai's Hongtang? If the Zhenwu Taoist Temple goes down, I also want to see the strength of this Taoist holy land. Guan Yushan waved his hand. Chapter 783, Guan Yushan leaves and attacks Shifan Mansion at night. 3 days later, we should be able to make it from Xiangsha City now, Yan Yinzhu said. Okay, then we will set off today and go to Yunhe Gate. Chu Xiangyu, you stay and take charge of Xiangsha City, Guan Yushan said. There are conspiracies and calculations in the martial arts world. The other party is now holding an alliance, and it is possible that they want to lure Guan Yushan there. Once he leaves, they will attack Xiangsha City. If Xiangsha City is captured after he leaves, he will lose face. At that time, how can he suppress the forces around the canal? With Chu Xiangyu in charge of Xiangsha City, he can leave without worries. Yes, General Envoy, Chu Xiangyu accepted the order. Bai Lichuer, He Lianba, Yan Yinzhu, the 4 of you follow me, and the others will follow Chu Xiangyu's orders. Yan Yinzhu, you take the people from Enlisha with you. Guan Yushan stood up and said. Yan Yinzhu surrendered to Guan Yushan. Guan Yushan did not take back the leadership of Dark Flow, but Yan Yinzhu continued to lead Dark Flow. Yes, I will prepare the car immediately, Yan Yinzhu said. A moment later, Guan Yushan and his team left Xiangsha City. In a small manor in Xiangsha City, a man in a blue robe was sitting in the main hall with a big horse and a golden sword, looking at a middle-aged man in brocade clothes not far away. The blue-robed man's eyes were full of oppression. You mean Guan Yushan led Yan Yinzhu, He Lianba and others to leave Xiangsha City? Yes, my people saw it in person, the person in front of him said immediately. It seems that they got the news from the master of the sect to convene a martial arts conference to deal with Guan Yushan, and immediately sent this news to the master of the sect. Once Guan Yushan left, it means that there are no masters in the 10 Directions General Embassy, the blue-robed man said indifferently. My subordinates have received information that Guan Yushan only brought 2 people here, one is Liao Rushan and the other is He Lianba, both of whom have the power of Danshan Huahe. He can rule the Lingjiang area with the help of Yan Yinzhu, the wife of the former leader of Xiangsha League. Otherwise, it would not be so easy for Guan Yushan to rule the Lingjiang area by himself, the person who spoke said immediately. I didn't expect that after Buyang Sidao's death, Yan Yinzhu would actually rely on Guan Yushan. It is true that the more beautiful a woman is, The more she relies on the strong, arrange our people to sneak into Xiangxia City. I want to raid Guan Yushin's lair and see how Guan Yushin has the face to go to my Yunhe gate, the blue-robed man said coldly. Deputy Sect Master, should we report this matter to the Sect Master before we take action? The brocade-clothed man said. Humph. I was sent here by the Sect Master. I have the right to decide anything. You just follow my orders. Do you have any objections? The blue-robed man's tone became cold, and a breath of air from his body pressed against the brocade-clothed man. The brocade-clothed man was terrified and trembled all over. I have no objection. Then do it, the blue-robed man said. Yes, the brocade-clothed man said nothing more and quickly left the hall. Deputy Sect Master, if you can destroy Guan Yushin's lair this time, I believe that the Deputy Sect Master's prestige will rise greatly. At that time, you will be able to become the deputy leader of this alliance. After the brocade-clothed man left, a man holding a blood sword came out and said, Guan Yushin's move against the canal forces this time really gave us an opportunity, said the blue-robed man. The blue-robed man was Luo Yuhei, one of the 2 deputy sect masters of Yunhe sect. Tonight, we will kill our way into the 10 Directions General Envoy's mansion. Luo Yuhei's eyes were filled with a hint of ferocity and excitement. Jianghu changes. The ambitions of many people began to change. They wanted more. The disputes in the Jianghu became bloody because of this endless ambition and greed. Late at night, dozens of men in black gathered in this courtyard. Luo Yuhei and the man holding the blood sword came out, standing with their hands behind their backs, their eyes cold, and a terrifying majesty emanating from them. Meet the deputy sect master. Dozens of people saluted at the same time. That Guan Yushin didn't return, Luo Yuhei said to the man in brocade robes. Reporting to the deputy sect master, we have been watching them along the way, and they didn't return. Okay, Luo Yuhei's face showed excitement and ferocity. Break into the 10 Directions General Envoy's mansion tonight, and don't leave any alive. After killing people and taking things, burn that place, Luo Yuhei said coldly. Let's go. After saying that, he took the lead and stepped out. Xiangxia City, Xianaya Pavilion, 10 Directions General Envoy's mansion. A group of men in black appeared outside the General Envoy. Cut the door open, let's go in. Luo Yuhei looked at the gate of the 10 Directions General Envoy's mansion and said to the man holding the blood sword beside him. Yes, the man holding the blood sword beside him stepped forward, his aura soaring, and he was a warrior at the Danshan Huahei level. The long sword was unsheathed, and the blood-red light appeared in the night like a blood moon. A sword was slashed out, and the blood-red sword energy rushed towards the gate. Boom! At this moment, the gate suddenly opened. A thunder roared, and with the thunder, a whip shadow appeared and collided with the sword energy. The sword energy was instantly shattered under the thunder whip. Who dares to come to my Shifen mansion and be presumptuous? While speaking, a gray figure walked out, holding a long whip, looking at Luo Yuhei who appeared with cold eyes. Well, Danshan Huahei strong man, you can't defend this mansion. Looking at the appearing Huangfu Chang'an, Luo Yuhei said. Who are you? Huangfu Chang'an looked at Luo Yuhei and said coldly. I am Luo Yuhei, the deputy sect master of Yunhe sect. Today, I will destroy your Shifen mansion and see how Guan Yushin still has the face to take charge of the Lingjiang area, but I really want to know who you are. Luo Yuhei looked at Huangfu Chang'an and said. I am the Shifen envoy Huangfu Chang'an. You are just dreaming of destroying my Shifen mansion. Take my move, 1,000-mile whip thunder. Huangfu Chang'an was the first to attack. The long whip in his hand instantly flew towards Luo Yuhei like silver. How dare you? 3 blood-breaking swords. The longsword in the hand of the person who attacked earlier slashed 3 times in a row, blocking Huangfu Chang'an's long whip. Kill. Luo Yuhei, who stood with his hands behind his back, waved his hand. Dozens of black-clothed men behind him instantly rushed into the Shifen mansion. Boom! Just at the moment when these people rushed in, a terrifying fist force broke out in the mansion. Under this fist force, the black-clothed men who rushed into the gate first all burst into pieces and turned into a ball of flesh and blood. Then the wine immortal walked out of the gate. He was burly and held a wine pot in his hand. It's really lively. I didn't expect that the scoundrels would come just after the general left. Today is a good time to beat them all up. The key of the drunken immortal burst out, and he kicked the ground with his foot. His fist instantly blasted out. Luo Yuhei looked at the man in brocade clothes beside him, his face ruthless. Didn't you say there was no one? Why are there so many people? Subordinates will go and kill this person, the man in brocade clothes in front of him said immediately. He rushed out. Xiangang palm, he slapped out a palm and attacked the fist of the drunken immortal. Bawling fist, the drunken immortal who punched out shouted, and a terrifying key burst out from his fist. Bang! The whole body of the person who made the move was blown away by the punch, and blood spurted out of his mouth, and then he fell to the ground without breath. Looking for death, seeing this, Luo Yuhei's face became ferocious, and a terrible cold light appeared in his eyes. Then the breath on his body burst out, and a strong key appeared on him. Divine power, red flame and golden crack, a divine power burst out from Luo Yuhei. This is the reason why he dared to destroy the 10 Directions mansion, that is, he himself is a C-concentrated strong man. The divine power burst out, and his body suddenly disappeared. When he appeared again, his figure appeared in front of the wine immortal and slashed with one palm. The blazing true energy in his palm was like a flaming sword. Boom! At this moment, a figure appeared in front of the wine immortal, and a terrifying divine power emerged from his body. Divine power, ice and fire, fiery red flame palm. The figure who appeared shouted in a low voice, and slapped out with a palm, which was also blazing palm power, and collided with a flaming sword that was chopped. The flaming sword shattered. Chapter 784, Take off the head and send it back to Yunhei Gate. Luo Yuhei, who had made the move, stepped back and looked at the figure that appeared. The figure that appeared was a little old. But he was tall, and he looked elegant. He was wearing a black and white robe. He looked noble. Chu Xiangai was born in the royal family, and he had the dignity of a royal aristocrat. Who are you? Luo Yuhei looked at Chu Xiangai and said. I am Chu Xiangai, the 10 Directions envoy of Xianaya Pavilion. Chu Xiangai gave his name. He looked at Luo Yuhei calmly. No wonder Guan Yushan dared to leave the 10 Directions mansion. It turned out that he left behind such a master. Luo Yuhei's eyes became solemn at this moment. Sometimes, a person's aura represents the strength of this person, and Chu Xiangai's aura is very strong. Not to mention that he just broke his trick. General Envoy, commanding our 10 Direction envoys, do you really think that the General Envoy has no one under his command? You came just in time. Just in time to send your head to the General Envoy and take it to Yunhei Gate, so that Yunhei Gate and the forces around the canal will know that the only way to go is to surrender, Chu Xiangai said calmly. Kill. While he was speaking, Jiayu's Hongxin and Huangfu Changhan attacked the black-clothed man behind Luo Yuhei in an instant. Those who came were not the opponents of Jiayu's Hongxin and Huangfu Changhan at all, and they felt like they were being slaughtered. Luo Yuhei's eyes became fierce. Flame Demon Ape, he shouted in a low voice, and a terrifying black flame appeared around him. The flame surged around his body. It formed a monkey-like appearance. The terrifying murderous aura swept out crazily. For a moment, the night became as bright as day, and the scene was somewhat horrifying. The movement around the 10 Direction mansion had already attracted the attention of many people. These people quickly came to the outside of the 10 Direction mansion and looked at the scene. Chu Xiangai had never appeared before, so no one knew about him. However, someone had seen Luo Yuhei, the deputy leader of Yunheiman, so someone soon recognized Luo Yuhei's identity. Isn't it Luo Yuhei, the deputy leader of Yunheiman in Tingzhou? How could he appear here? Someone asked in a low voice. It is rumored that General Guan wants to subdue the forces around the canal. The leader of Yunheiman is convening these canal forces to hold a martial arts conference, preparing to unite the forces around the canal to fight against General Guan. General Guan just left the city today, and they attacked Shifen Mansion at night. I'm afraid they must have planned it long ago. I just didn't expect that there are masters in Shifen Mansion, someone said. Die, fiery fist, Luo Yuhei shouted, and rushed towards Chu Xiangai. He raised his fist, and a force as hot as a meteor appeared on his fist. Along with this heat, a ferocious aura also rushed towards Chu Xiangai. Chu Xiangai's expression did not change. He attacked with his left and right hands at the same time. The two forces of heat and cold exploded in his hands at the same time. Boom! Both palms collided with the opponent's fist. Bang! The terrifying power burst out from both palms, and suddenly a muffled groan was heard. The ground shook, and the surrounding air spread out in all directions under the two different forces of true ki. For a while, a vacuum area was formed around. Luo Yuhei was shocked back, gasping for breath, staring at Chu Xiangai with gloomy eyes. In the previous fight,
He was shot back by the opponent. Luo Yuhei, who failed to hit the opponent, raised his true ki again and prepared to attack Chu Xiangyu. But when he mobilized his true ki, a cold air suddenly appeared in his body, which caused problems in the circulation of his internal ki. At this moment, the rich ice and fire true ki in Chu Xiangyu's body burst out in an instant, sweeping his whole body in an instant. The terrifying ki continued to rise. He stepped on the ground and appeared in front of the opponent. Both palms slapped again. Luo Yuhei saw this and immediately took action. Both palms collided with Chu Xiangyu's palms. Boom! A heavy sound erupted from their palms. Luo Yuhei was knocked back. Blood gushed out of his mouth. Chu Xiangyu succeeded in one blow, and followed closely behind, clapping his hands continuously and landing on the opponent's body. Bang! Luo Yuhei fell to the ground. His body was crooked, his chest collapsed, his ribs were all broken, blood kept gushing out of the corners of his mouth, blood was flowing all over his body, and he was twitching constantly. If you don't have that strength, don't show up. If you show up, you will die miserably. Chu Xiangyu looked at Luo Yuhei and said in a low voice. While speaking, he raised his hand and grabbed Luo Yuhei's head. Swish! The head was taken off by his palm. Blood gushed out. After all, he said that he would send Luo Yuhei's head to young Haman. How could he break his promise? In addition, some of the black-clothed people who came here all died under the attack of Huangfu Changhun and Jie Hongxin, and none of the people who came here survived. Come here. At this time, a group of people appeared in Qilin Mansion. Get rid of all these bodies, Chu Xiangyu ordered, and then took Jiayu's Hongxin and the other two into the mansion. The battle is not very satisfying. Jiayu's Hongxin took a sip of wine and said. The masters are all in the capital and Jiangnan. There are many masters of sea concentration in the capital and Jiangnan, Chu Xiangyu said. Compared with Jiangnan and the capital, there are not so many masters of sea concentration in other places. Bring a box, put this head, pack it, and send it to the general envoy. Chu Xiangyu walked into the hall and said to a disciple. While speaking, an extremely cold air appeared in his palm, and he quickly wrapped the head. It's summer now, don't let this head stink before it reaches Yunhei Gate. Put the frozen head on the table. Turn around and go to the back of the hall. Outside Qilin Mansion. People watching the battle quickly left. After a while, several pigeons flew out of the city. Luoyang City. Early morning. Su Chen just stepped out of the room. A man in black appeared in front of him, or rather, he had been waiting for him here for a long time. Young Master Su, this is an invitation from our palace master. I hope young Master Su can show us a favor and meet us. After saying that, the man in black handed the invitation to Su Chen. Su Chen took the invitation, opened it, and his expression changed slightly. The one who sent the invitation turned out to be the palace master of Yama Palace, Wei Dongjin. Our palace master is in the bamboo forest courtyard tonight, and would like to invite young Master Su to have a chat. The man in black bowed and said, I will prepare to go. The other party had already made an appointment with him. So he should go and meet him to see what he wanted to do? Okay, I'll be waiting for you, the man in black said and turned to leave. Master, do you want to follow him? Yuan Suin said. No, we can see him tonight. Su Chen waved his hand. We can see him tonight, and if he plays tricks, Su Chen doesn't mind sending him off. But judging from the current situation, the other party has no such plan. Did anyone touch Li Guhong's body? Su Chen asked afterwards. Someone showed up and took away Li Guhong's body, and arranged for someone to transport the body to Li's house. The person who showed up entered a courtyard, and I didn't dare to go in to investigate, for fear of alerting the enemy, Yuan Suin said. Contact Lin Xiaoshan and tell him that I want to meet Sima Changhun about the news of the successor of the Changsheng Society, and ask them to prepare their reward, Su Chen said to Yuan Suin. Chapter 785, 12 Zodiac Cards, 12 Celestial Palaces. Feng Huiyan, the successor of the Changsheng Society, is Sima Changhun's target. Sima Changhun watched Su Chen do things before. Now he also wants Sima Changhun to do things, and he will watch the scenery from the side. After receiving the order, Yuan Suin quickly left and went to Nin. Sima Changhun looked at Lin Xiaoshan and said, You mean Su Chen knows the news about the successor of the Changsheng Society? Yes, and he also asked us to bring gifts. It seems that he wants to sell this news to us, Lin Xiaoshan said. This Su Xiaolong show is really interesting. There is finally news about Feng Huiyan. You go and tell Su Xiaolong Xiao, I'll wait for him at the old place. Sima Changhun smiled. Brother, there are also people from the Qinglong Society who killed Lai Guhong. They are not afraid of offending Lai Zhenbi at all, Lin Xiaoshan said. There's nothing to be afraid of in a dispute between the Jianghu and the Jianghu. If Lai Zhenbi didn't have 36 alien tribes behind him, who would care so much about him? He doesn't have that much deterrence. What's more, the Lai family is now in conflict with a newly rising beggars sect, which has taken up most of their energy. I'm afraid they won't have time to come to Luoyang City. Go ahead, let's take care of our own business. Sima Changhun waved his hand. At this time, in Luoyang City, in a lakeside villa. It's not as hot as other places here, and it seems very refreshing. In the villa, in a waterside pavilion, two figures are chatting. I didn't expect Brother Feng to arrive in Luoyang City so early. Jin Junmo looked at Feng Huiyan opposite and said. To be honest, Brother Junmo, I came here this time for the Heavenly Holy Sword Cannon of Holy Sword Lake, Feng Huiyan said. Heavenly Holy Sword Classic is the most powerful secret skill of Holy Sword Lake. Only the Sword Master or the Sword Master candidate can practice it. Otherwise, no one can watch it. Hearing this, Jin Junmo said with a slightly condensed face. Then he seemed to have thought of something. It seems that your good thing was ruined by Ren Kaiangxing, Jin Junmo said involuntarily. Yes, the original plan was to kill Lu Kunlun and let Shi Hanshin become the Sword Master candidate, but I didn't expect that Ren Kaiangxing would appear halfway, causing my plan to fail, Feng Huiyan sighed. Brother Feng, I didn't think of seeking revenge on Ren Kaiangxing, Jin Junmo said. I will settle accounts with him after I get the things, but according to the investigation, Ren Kaiangxing's strength is very terrifying, and it is not easy to deal with him, Feng Huiyan said. Brother Feng is a little modest. With your strength, you should be able to beat Ren Kaiangxing. I agree with the cooperation proposal you just mentioned. I came here for the Sword Heart Clear Grass. I don't care about other people, but Lan Yuhao will definitely stop me, so I want to ask Brother Feng to help me stop him, Jin Junmo said. Lan Yuhao? Okay, I'll arrange this matter when the time comes, but I want Brother Junmo to help me with something, Feng Huiyan said after thinking for a moment. I wonder if there is anything I can do to help Brother Feng, Jin Junmo said. Looking for Sima Changhun, Feng Huiyan said. Sima Changhun is the head of the Luoyang escort agency. Why is Brother Feng looking for him? Jin Junmo asked in confusion. This person may be related to the Xianjian division. You also know that the Xianjian division is looking for me. I want to learn about the Xianjian division's actions through Sima Changhun. After all, if the Holy Sword Lake is opened and the people of the Xianjian division appear to deal with me, I'm afraid I can't help Brother Junmo at that time, Feng Huiyan said. Sima Changhun, I will arrange this matter, Jin Junmo said after thinking for a moment. Okay, I hope we can have a pleasant cooperation. Let's use tea instead of wine to toast Brother Junmo. Feng Huiyan raised the teacup in his hand and said. Happy cooperation, Jin Junmo also raised the teacup. The two talked for a while, and Feng Huiyan left the manor. After Feng Huiyan left, the old man standing next to the waterside pavilion came to Jin Junmo. Master, Feng Huiyan has a lot of troubles. If you cooperate with him, it may be bad for you, the old man said. The Eternal Life Association is connected with the Eternal Life Association above Xianmen. If you make friends with him, you may be able to get in touch with the Eternal Life Association above Xianmen. It can also be regarded as an investment of mine. Just help him find Sima Changhun, and you don't need to do it. It doesn't matter. Just treat it as a favor to him. Jin Junmo waved his hand. Sima Changhun must be in Luoyang City. Isn't Liu Qingchao from Yangchang in Luoyang City? Go and see if you can get some information from her, Jin Junmo said to the old man. I will go to see Liu Qingchao in person, said the old man. What's going on with Marcus Lanyu? Jin Junmo asked afterwards. He has summoned a lot of young experts. It seems that he wants to stop the young master. Young master, we have been down for a while. We should find a way to deal with Marcus Lanyu, the old man said. Don't worry. How are the 12 zodiac cards that I asked you to check? I came down not mainly to deal with Marcus Lanyu. As long as I get the 12 zodiac cards, I don't have to break through the gate to leave. By the time I break through the gate, I don't know where I will be teleported to, and if I get the 12 zodiac cards, I may be able to use them to enter the
12 Heavenly God Palace. It is important to help the master, but we also have to get what I want, Jin Junmo said in a deep voice. Young master, you have joined Henwu Garden. With the status of the eldest disciple of Henwu Garden, you should be able to enter Zhenwu Taoist Temple. With the status of Zhenwu Taoist Temple, you can join Zhenwu Temple after breaking through the gate of heaven. I can't be a direct descendant. Mu Qingxun is a direct descendant. Only direct descendants can gain status in Zhenwu Temple. You can only go to Zhenwu Temple when you have no other choice. By the way, Mu Qingxun came to Shengjian Lake. She should not miss the opportunity to enter the sword tomb of Shengjian Lake to learn swordsmanship, Jin Junmo said. I got the news and she is on her way. I didn't contact her last time. I will contact her properly this time, Jin Junmo smiled. Young master, don't worry. All the information about Mu Qingxun has been secretly collected by my subordinates, said the old man. Okay, go see Liu Qingchao first and find Sima Changhun, on the other side. Su Chen came to Sima Changhun's manor again. Young master Su, I didn't expect you to get the news from Feng Huiyan so quickly. I'm really surprised, Sima Changhun said when he saw Su Chen. It was a complete accident. I got the news when I killed Li Guhong. Li Guhong is a registered disciple of the Changsheng Society. He was instructed by Feng Huiyan to do these things in Luoyang City, Su Chen said. While speaking, Su Chen took a look at his lottery cards. There are 8 cards. He got 5 cards yesterday, plus 3 cards when Lin Xiaoshan commissioned him to kill Ho Xianian, so there are 8 cards that he didn't draw. Most of these lottery cards are related to Sima Changhun. Let's see if we can draw something good from Sima Changhun. Let's try our luck with 4 cards first. Get the character Upiu, get the inheritance of Wei King skills, exclusive characters Huge Hangwo, get the character Yuan Shishengsen, get the character Ling Luoshi. Chapter 786 The most handsome man in the world, the 2 masters of the Qinglong Society. I didn't expect to draw Upiu, Ling Luoshi, and Yuan Shishengsen, Su Chen thought to himself. Of course, what shocked him was that Zhu Zhengwo actually obtained Wei Qing's lifelong skills. Wei Qing is one of the 4 top masters in Wenshu. Compared with the other 3, Yan Kuangtu, Xiao Keishu, and Guanqi, Wei Qing almost never appeared, but he is very famous. A generation of heroes in the world, the founder of Ziz Amen is the sect with the largest system, the most bizarre martial arts, and the most top masters in Wenshu. In Wenshu, Yichen, Su Ziyi, Zhu Zhengwo, Yuan Shishengsen, Wang Xiaoshi, the 4 famous detectives, etc. all came from Zizamen. Although I haven't seen him, I have heard of him. Zhu Zhengwo got the other party's skills, and I am afraid he will step into the top C and concentrate. As for Upiu, she is a character in Gulong's novel, Famous Swordsmanship. She is famous for her martial arts Wuxiang Shengguang and has supernatural powers. The son of the head of the Xianshan Wuji sect, he is also considered a top master in Gulong's novels. It can be said that he is at the same level as Zimanchuk Su, Yan Shizan and others. Of course, Upiu's martial arts is one aspect, and there is also his appearance. There are 2 most beautiful men in the world in Gulong's novels. The first one is Jiang Feng. Jiang Feng's beauty is innate. Ancient books say that no girl in the world can resist Jiang Feng's smile, and Jiang Feng's smile can break a girl's heart. This is why the most beautiful lady in the world, Yaoyu Palace Master, is in love with Jiang Feng. The second most beautiful man in the world is Upiu. Of course, his appearance is formed by acquired plastic surgery. Although it is formed by plastic surgery, his handsome face is unmatched. The lethality is no worse than Jiang Feng. Such a character comes out to seduce the beauties in the great Zhoujianghu with his appearance. A person is strong in martial arts, and he is also a beautiful man. I don't know if the women in the great Zhoujianghu can resist this temptation. Su Chen checked the opponent's strength. His strength was at the level of concentration in the sea, but it was not marked as broken. Ling Luoshi was the general of the terrified general and the 4 famous constables fighting the general. He was the leader of the Dalian Alliance and the brother of Lang Hushan. Of course, Lang Hushan's family was also killed by him. Martial arts, the 4-door screen, and the general's order palm. The 4-door screen is a very evil technique that maximizes people's murderous nature. Ling Luoshi only cultivated the 3rd door. The 1st door killed his brother Lang Hushan, the 2nd door killed his brother Zhang Shuxian, and the third door killed his relatives and friends. Su Chen looked at Ling Luoshi's strength and found that he had reached the level of concentration in the sea, which was much stronger than Ling Hushan. Yuan 13 Limits, the character in The Amazing Shot in Who is the Hero, is Hu Zhanghuo's junior brother, from the Freedom Gate, and practiced 13 unique skills such as the Sad Arrow and the Mountain Character Sutra. His strength is Danshan Huahei, which is close to concentration in the sea. These two people may become the Hall Masters of the Qinglong Club, Su Chen thought to himself. Liu Shengaijin has now become the Sword Master, so he can step down from the position of Hall Master. Ling Luoshi and Yuan Shishangxin are both ambitious people, and it is normal for them to become the second of the 12 Hall Masters of the Qinglong Club. Sima Changhun is definitely my lucky star. Seeing this, Su Chen wanted to draw the remaining 4 orange lottery cards. Young Master Su, I wonder what you are thinking about. At this time, Sima Changhun spoke. Just now I suddenly thought of something else. Sima, the news I brought this time is very useful to you. Is this a place that the other party often goes to? Maybe you can find him through this. Su Chen put a piece of paper on the stone platform in front of him. Sima Changhun did not take the note, but took out a yellowed ancient book from his sleeve. I heard that young Master Su likes to read ancient books. I found this in an ancient temple a long time ago. It contains ancient texts, but I don't know its contents. I hope young Master Su likes it. As he spoke, he pushed the ancient book in front of Su Chen. He looked at the yellowed ancient book pushed by Sima Changhun and slowly opened it. Obtained, Hate Heaven and Earth, Volume 1 of Heavenly Hate Method, and rewarded 2 orange lottery cards. Seeing this, Su Chen's face showed a slight joy. Is this ancient book a fragment of a method? But even if it is a fragment, it is still valuable. I would like to thank Sima Dangjia, Su Chen said. As long as young Master Su likes it, Sima Changhun said. I wonder what young Master Su will do next. Sima Changhun looked at Su Chen and asked. How to do it? I really want to see the heir of the Changsheng society die, but this will be left to Sima Dangjia. Su Chen did not want the person who dared to plot against him to be alive. I can't make the decision on this. I received an order to report to the capital immediately after capturing Feng Huiyin. Then the capital will send someone to take Feng Huiyin away, Sima Changhun said. It seems that you attach great importance to this successor of the Changsheng society, but the other party knows that you are looking for him and dares to show up, which means that the other party has a backup plan. By the way, when you attack Feng Huiyin, can you let me watch for a while? Maybe I can help Sima Dangjia at that time. Su Chen looked at Sima Changhun and said. Okay, if at that time, the masters of Su Xiaolong shall need to take action, I will pay the corresponding rewards, Sima Changhun said very happily. I won't stay any longer today, Su Xiaolong Shao. I will immediately arrange for someone to investigate Feng Huiyin's whereabouts. It won't take too long to investigate him. Sima Changhun seemed very confident. Having clues and not having clues are two different concepts. As long as there is a clue, with his spies in Luoyang City, he will be able to find the other party within a day. Then wait for the news from the Sima family. I'll take my leave first. Su Chen stood up and left. Come here, find Feng Huiyin for me. According to the news here, a man in black walked out from behind Sima Changhun, took the note, and turned to leave. Su Chen walked out of the manor and got into the carriage. Feng Huiyin, I don't know if you can deal with Sima Changhun, Su Chen pondered. Another place. Lan Yuhao Manor. My lord, this Qinglong society has always been overbearing. They killed Lai Guhong of the Lai family, a maid whispered in front of Lan Yuhao. Lai Guhong, why did the people of Qinglong society want to kill Lai Guhong? The news is that Lai Guhong broke the rules and released the news that Ho Xianyan was assassinated by Qinglong society. Is that so? Then this Lai Guhong deserves to die. Whether we find the whereabouts of Jin Zhenmo, our focus is still on dealing with Jin Zhenmo, Lan Yuhao said. We have already tracked down Jin Zhenmo's whereabouts, but we found that Feng Huiyin of the Changsheng society had contact with Jin Zhenmo, the maid said in a deep voice. Feng Huiyin of the Changsheng society, he had contact with Jin Zhenmo. Lan Yuhao frowned slightly and said, not good, they might form an alliance. Send someone to keep an eye on them. Prepare a car for me. I want to meet with Su Xiaolong Shao, Lan Yuhao said immediately. Chapter 787. Above the Heavenly Gate, Yin Yang Sect, Saint, East Pavilion rival appears. When Su Chen returned to the inn, Lan Yuhao's carriage also arrived in front of the inn where Su Chen was staying.
Su Chen asked the waiter to arrange a private room for them. Why are you looking for me so urgently? I wonder what's the matter. Su Chen looked at Lan Yuhao and said, aren't you asking Brother Su for help? Jin Junmo has contacted Feng Huiyan of the Changsheng Society. In this case, I can't have any influence on Jin Junmo, and the giant Tongming grass will definitely be obtained by him, Lan Yuhao said. You came here just for this matter? Su Chen was stunned. He thought that Lan Yuhao was looking for him so urgently because of something big? It's just for this matter. I wonder if you can help me when the time comes, Lan Yuhao said. I'm not a sword cultivator, so I can't help you, but I can help you invite someone. Of course, inviting someone requires compensation. As long as the person I invite takes action, Jin Junmo will definitely not get the giant Tongming grass, Su Chen said. Really? As long as Brother Su can help find such a person, I am willing to pay the price. I wonder who young Master Su is going to ask for help, Lan Yuhao asked in a low voice. Ren Kaianxing from Xianaya Pavilion. Do you think that with Ren Kaianxing's strength, if he snatches Sword Heart Bright Grass, is it possible for others to get it? Su Chen said. There is an age limit for snatching Sword Heart Bright Grass. Zhu Yiren, Liu Sheng Yijian, and Zizaya Feng are not suitable. So Ren Kaianxing can only snatch it. In this way, you can also get something from Lan Yuhao. When a master like Ren Kaianxing takes action, if you take out something ordinary, it will be embarrassing for you. Too few young masters, Su Chen sighed in his heart. Of course, Su Chen is not a sword cultivator, otherwise, he would also like to meet masters like Jin Junmo and Feng Huiyan. Ren Kaianxing's action is indeed very stable, Lan Yuhao said. Ren Kaianxing's strength has been spread, and there is no doubt about it. But the Sword Heart Clear Grass is useless to Ren Kaianxing, so why would he join? Lan Yuhao asked. I have some friendship with Ren Kaianxing. If Brother Lan pays a price, I will definitely be able to get him to help, Su Chen said. Hearing this, Lan Yuhao was stunned. He didn't expect Su Chen to know Ren Kaianxing. Brother Su, this is a jade token I got. As long as you collect 12 of these jade tokens, you can not only obtain a unique skill, but also enter the Heaven Gate, and it is possible to join the 12 Heavenly God Palace above the Heaven Gate. While speaking, Lan Yuhao took out a jade token from his arms. Su Chen looked at the jade token and his expression moved slightly. Lan Yuhao took out the 12 zodiac tokens. He also had one, which was the rat token among the 12 zodiac tokens. The other party's token had a rabbit engraved on it, which was the rabbit token among the 12 zodiac tokens. Lan Yuhao also mentioned that he could use the 12 zodiac tokens to enter the Heaven Gate, and it was possible to join the 12 Heavenly God Palace. This 12 Heavenly Gods Palace should not be simple. Sure enough, by contacting these people with backgrounds above the Heavenly Gate, you can know some things above the Heavenly Gate. The 12 Zodiac Rabbit cards, this thing is not simple, but you have to collect it. I'm afraid it won't work if I let Ren Kaianxing take action with this person. Su Chen took the jade card in his hand and said, trigger the 12 Zodiac Rabbit cards and get 2 orange lottery cards. Brother Su, am I such a stingy person? This jade card is given to Brother Su as a reward for asking Ren Kaianxing to take action. I'm in a hurry to go out today, so I'll bring it to you tomorrow, Lan Yuhao said hurriedly. Brother Lan Yu, you are generous. Su Chen didn't hesitate and directly put away the zodiac card. Brother Su has a friendship with Xianaya Pavilion, and I just got a piece of news that may be useful to Brother Su. The Saint Zhu Liling of the Yin-Yang sect, above the Heavenly Gate is about to send people here. Lan Yuhao looked at Su Chen. But seeing Su Chen's puzzled look, he immediately continued, this Yin-Yang sect, Saint Zhu Liling is related to the former Xiantian sect master Home Yufeng. It is rumored that when Zhu Liling descended on the frontier, she and Home Yufeng were childhood sweethearts. Hearing this, Su Chen was startled, but his face did not change. This is good news. You don't know that the various pavilions of Xianaya Pavilion compete with each other. This news may allow me to get in touch with the East Pavilion of Xianaya Pavilion, but it would be best if I could get all the information of the person coming there, Su Chen said with a smile on his face. The cost of contacting the upper realm is too high. I can only wait for my upper family to contact me, but the time is uncertain, so I may not get the information of this person, Lan Yuhao said in a deep voice. With this news, I should be able to get in touch with the East Pavilion, Su Chen said. From Lan Yuhao's words, it can be known that the cost of contacting the upper realm is very high, and it is not ordinary high. Otherwise, Lan Yuhao should help. The two chatted for a while, and Lan Yuhao went back to prepare the reward for Ren Qianxing's action. In the evening, Su Chen went to the bamboo forest courtyard to meet Wei Dongjin, the master of Yama Palace. At this time, Lingnan County. In the underground secret room in the county governor's mansion. 5 figures were sitting in it, and the leader was Yan Dinggong, one of the giants of the Ministry of Personnel. At this moment, his complexion had completely recovered, and his aura was faintly further improved. Others thought he had left the 9 northern counties. In fact, he had not. On the way, Tian Dinggong secretly returned to the county governor's mansion in Lingnan County. The head of the Shan Gate was Su Chen, the young dragon leader of the Qinglong Society. Originally, he came here to see if he could take down Su Chen. As long as he took down Su Chen, he would know something about the Qinglong Society. But he didn't expect that when he recovered from his injuries. Su Chen had already left Shan Gate and went to Jiangnan. But his plan did not change. Li Chensao's strength was somewhat beyond his expectations. If he collided with the other party, the casualties would be too great, which was not cost-effective, so he thought about dealing with Xiao Keishu and Zhu Zhangwo in Shan Gate. Of course, this time, he also secretly transferred 4 masters from the Ministry of Personnel in the capital. One of the 4 has reached the top level of sea concentration. Creak, the door of the secret room was opened. The new governor of Lingnan County came in from the stone gate. Bai Tianyu was about 40 years old, a little fat, and looked like a corrupt official. His face was full of smiles, but his small eyes emitted a gleam of light from time to time. "Are you sure Zhu Zhangwo and Xiao Keishu are in Shanmen?" Shan Dinggong looked at Bai Tianyu and said. "My lord, I have checked it out. They have never left Shanmen," Bai Tianyu said with certainty. Originally, Bai Tianyu came to Lingnan County and thought he could be in charge of one side, but after arriving, he realized that the Qinglong Society had the final say here. He could only keep his tail between his legs. However, Shan Dinggong promised him that as long as he could destroy Xiangmen, this time, he would take him back to the capital. "My lord, Zhu Zhangwo's strength is average, only Xiao Keishu has some strength, we can just start," a tall, young man in a green robe next to Shan Ding said. "Shuyan, since there is a master like Xiao Keishu in Xiangmen, there may be other masters, we can't be careless." Next to the man, an old man in a gray robe said. This old man in a gray robe is the top sea concentrated master among the 4. As for the man who just spoke, his name is Duan Yanshu, and he is a new generation of strong men in the Ministry of Personnel. "My lord, Shuyan is willing to explore Shanmen," Duan Shuyan said. "You can explore it, but you can't take action? Guyishan, you go with Shuyan," Shan Dinggong thought and ordered. "Yes," a thin man in black clothes with a very low presence said. "Go." Shan Dinggong waved his hand. The two bowed and left the secret room. "Beijun Shou, your spies in Shan Gate, follow up as well. As soon as we are sure, we will charge into Shan Gate." Tian Dinggong's eyes revealed a hint of ferocity. The reason why he did not return to the capital was because he wanted to avenge this shame. Otherwise, he would become a laughingstock when he returned to the capital. Chapter 788 Ignore, Spirit Level Weapon Life Family Situation. In a secluded private room in the bamboo forest courtyard, the Yama Palace Master Wei Dongjin stood alone in the room, standing with his hands behind his back, looking at the bamboo forest outside the private room. The door creaked open. The man in black walked in with Su Chen. "Palace Master, young Dragon Su is here." The man in black bowed and left the room. The Yama Palace Master Wei Dongjin turned around. He looked at Su Chen who had walked into the room. "Young Dragon Su, you are really courageous. Please sit down." Wei Dongjin waved his hand and asked Su Chen to sit down. "This bamboo forest courtyard has good green bamboo wine. Young Dragon Su can try it." After saying that, he poured a glass for Su Chen. A scent of bamboo filled the room. "It smells like a good wine. Thank you for the hospitality, Palace Master Wei." Su Chen picked up the wine glass in front of him and drank it directly. "It tastes mellow and the bamboo fragrance is continuous." Su Chen put down the wine glass and said, "Young Master Su, aren't you afraid that I'll poison the wine? You guys from the Qinglong Society killed my brother." Wei Dongjin, the Lord of Yama Palace, looked at Su Chen and said, "Does Lord Wei need to use poison to kill me? No need to go to such great lengths to see me." Su Chen looked at Wei Dongjin and said, "Haha, young Master Su is really not an ordinary person.
My brother and his friends broke the rules of the martial arts world. Even if they didn't die at the hands of the Qilin Society, they would die at the hands of others in the future. Some rules can be broken, but some can't be broken, so I won't blame the Qilin Society for this matter, Wei Dongjin said. But Lord Wei didn't kill Li Guhong. Su Chen picked up the wine jar on the table, poured himself a glass of wine, and said, I still need to trade some things with Li's Henbei, so I can't kill Li Guhong. But didn't young Master Su kill him? Wei Dongjin also poured himself a glass of wine and said, Lord Wei, how do you think it was me who did it? Su Chen's brows moved slightly. Physical skills. I have investigated the killings of Su Shaolong in the past, Wei Dongjin said. Is it so obvious? It seems that I will use a knife next time I kill someone, and my knife skills are not ordinary. I wonder if Lord Wei invited me here tonight to tell me more than just these, Su Chen said. Of course, I wonder what Lord Su Shaolong thinks of Sima Changhun of the Luoyang Escort Agency, Wei Dongjin said. Sima Changhun is a very extraordinary person. Why did Lord Wei come to Luoyang City this time for Sima Changhun? Su Chen asked in confusion. The Lai family told me that Sima Changhun has something I need, and that thing is very important to me. I came here this time to ask Lord Su Shaolong for help to find Sima Changhun for me, Wei Dongjin said. My Qilin Society is not an intelligence organization, and I am afraid I don't have the ability to find Sima Changhun who has been hiding for so long, Su Chen said in a deep voice. Young Master Su is a little modest. Now the Qilin Society has taken over the bases of the three major assassin organizations in Jiangnan. The three major bases previously had bases in Luoyang City. By uniting these three bases, it should not be difficult to find Sima Changhun. As for the reward, I think I will satisfy young Master Su, Wei Dongjin said to Su Chen. Hearing Wei Dongjin's words, Su Chen was stunned. He realized that he had always ignored this point. Qilin Society does have a strong intelligence capability. Palace Master Wei, although I shouldn't ask this question, I still want to ask, what do you want from Sima Changhun? Su Chen looked at Wei Dongjin and said. Sima Changhun has a good relationship with him now. Or if Sima Changhun wants to kill Wei Dongjin, he will let Qilin Society kill him if he is rewarded. Hearing Su Chen's words, Wei Dongjin's eyes condensed slightly. Young Master Su, does Sima Changhun have a relationship with your guild? It's not a relationship, but a cooperation. For the cooperation forces, our Qilin Club will not attack them, nor will we sell his information, but Palace Master Wei is a straightforward person. I am willing to talk to the head of Sima about this matter. Many things can be taken back as long as the corresponding price is paid. Su Chen looked at Wei Dongjin and said. I see, since young Master Su said so, then I will not hide it. Sima Changhun has a weapon in his hand, a top-level weapon, almost reaching the level of a low-level spiritual weapon. That weapon is owned by the founder of Mayama Palace. The weapon contains a special skill of Mayama Palace. It can help me break the gate of heaven with a weapon. Sima Changhun is probably unwilling to trade with me for such a weapon, Wei Dongjin said in a deep voice. Hearing Wei Dongjin's words, Su Chen's brows moved slightly. A weapon that is about to reach the spiritual level. Extraordinary power. Because the iron-blooded flag in Tai Hongtang's hand is now. Everything depends on human effort. I can help Palace Master Wei to make some connections. Thank you, young Dragon Master Su. As a token of my sincerity, I can tell young Dragon Master Su about some of the situations in the Dead Man's Tomb. Young Dragon Master Su should be looking for the Dead Man's Tomb. Hearing Wei Dongjin's words, Su Chen said, Palace Master Wei really cares about me. I am looking for the Dead Man's Tomb. The Dead Man's Tomb is now cooperating with the Lai family. The eldest elder of the Lai family, Lai Chengshang, is the fourth giant of the Dead Man's Tomb. It was actually Lai Chengshang who proposed to plot against the banker and bank, Wei Dongjin said. So that's how it is. Now that Lai Guhong is dead, do you think Lai's Henbei will come? If he comes and dies in Luoyang County, will the Lai family be in chaos? Hearing Su Chen's words, Wei Dongjin's face was slightly stunned. Lai's Henbei is very powerful. I'm afraid I'm not his opponent, but young Dragon Master Su, you can kill Lai Guhong, but if Lai's Henbei gets into trouble, I'm afraid the 36 alien tribes in Jiangnan will confront you, the Qilin Society. By then, the Green Dragon Society will suffer losses, and it will be extremely disadvantageous to you. Su Shaolong Xiao, however, Lai's Henbei cannot come to Luoyang County. Because of the beggar gang's affairs, Li's Hanbi has gone to the 36 alien tribes in Jiangnan, preparing to dispatch 36 alien masters to deal with the beggar gang, Wei Dongjin said. The beggar gang has seen many masters recently. It won't be so easy for Li's Hanbi to take them down. Palace Master Wei, when you go back tonight, you can contact the head of Sima Changhen to see if you can facilitate your affairs, Su Chen said. If Su Xiaolongxiao can help facilitate this, Wei. Oh Su Xiaolongxiao a favor, let's drink. Wei Dongjin said, holding up the wine glass. On the other side, Lingnan County, the night was a little dim. Zhu Zhangwo of Shanmen was looking at some secret letters. Now he not only has to manage the affairs of Shanmen, but also has to organize some of the information sent back, and then pass it to Yuan Suiyan after sorting it out. The daily workload is very heavy. After a while, Zhu Zhangwo put down the secret letter in his hand. He rubbed his eyes, got up, and walked out of the study. He was going to find Xiao Chu Shui for a drink. But when he stepped out of the study, his heart moved slightly, and his footsteps did not stop, and continued to walk towards the courtyard where Xiao Chu Shui was. Two figures appeared in his dark. Zhu Zhangwo, his strength is average, do you think we should take him down tonight? One of the figures said. My lord, he just asked us to investigate, not to move. We must obey my lord's orders, another figure said in a low voice. These two people were Duan Shuiyan and Gu Yishan sent by Shindinggong to investigate. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelis. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 789, Xiao Keshu, the sword is unstoppable, killing with one sword. I didn't expect someone to spy on my Shan gate. Zhu Zhangwo's eyes flashed with a hint of coldness as he walked in front. His footsteps did not change speed. He soon arrived at Xiao Keshu's courtyard. Since Xiao Keshu's breakthrough, he also came out of the back mountain and sat in Shan gate to settle his sword heart. When Zhu Zhangwo stepped into the small courtyard, his brows slightly frowned. Why did you bring two tails with you? I'll kill them, Xiao Keshu said in a voice transmission. It would be boring to kill them. I also want to see who sent them, Zhu Zhangwo said in a voice transmission. Come and play chess with me. Zhu Zhangwo originally wanted to drink with the other party, but now the situation is more suitable for playing chess. He really wants to see whether the other party is here to investigate or do something. Please, Xiao Keshu pointed to the pavilion and said. In the dark, Duan Shuiyan and Gu Yishan, who followed, saw this situation and looked at each other. Playing chess, this game of chess takes too long, what should we do? Duan Shuiyan said let's go back first, we have investigated almost everything we should investigate, there are not many masters in Shanmen, Gu Yishan said after thinking for a moment. Duan Shuiyan also nodded. He couldn't make a move. It was a complete waste of time to investigate like this. The two retreated quietly. The other party has retreated, it's our turn to move. I really want to see who wants to deal with us, Xiangman, Zhu Zhangwo said softly as he looked at the direction the two left. Xiao Keshu raised his palm. The door of the room was opened, and then he grabbed a long sword in his hand. Let's go, sword, it's been a long time since it was unsheathed, it's time to unsheath and see blood, Xiao Keshu said coldly. Xiao Keshu is a very murderous person. The two followed behind. Lingnan County. Outside the county governor's mansion, Duan Shuiyan and Gu Yishan stopped and prepared to fly into the county governor's mansion. So you are from the county magistrate's mansion? I didn't expect that. At this time, a deep voice sounded in the ears of the two. The two people's faces suddenly changed, and their bodies suddenly stopped. They felt that they were locked by a breath. Looking around. On the street, two figures walked out. It was Xiao Keshu and Zhu Zhangwo. Zhu Zhangwo, Xiao Keshu, seeing the two, Duan Shuiyan's eyes condensed. He didn't expect Zhu Zhangwo and Xiao Keshu to follow them back. Are you surprised? You two have been exploring in my Shan gate for a long time. I wonder what you have explored? Xiao Keshu stepped forward. Boom! A terrifying breath instantly burst out from Xiao Keshu. In the dark night, the black robe, the black long hair danced with a breath, the eyes were sharp, and a strong sword energy was coming out. Sensing the breath on Xiao Keshu, the two were shocked.
Xiao Qiushu's strength was much stronger than theirs. Enter the mansion. At this time, Gu Yishan spoke. Just as he opened his mouth, Xiao Qiushu's sword intent instantly enveloped the two of them. The terrifying sword intent was like a wave, sweeping out in an instant. Gu Yishan, who had just finished speaking, suddenly turned pale and showed a look of horror. Take my sword first. Xiao Qiushu drew the long sword in his hand, and the increasingly strong sword energy was all shrouded on the long sword. Broken water with a knife. At this time, Duan Shuyan, in extreme panic, slashed with a knife. The sword energy was everywhere. You have some skills. Xiao Qiushu's face was calm, and he slashed with a sword. The sword came out, and thunder and lightning flashed. Boom! A bolt of lightning fell. The sword slashed out. The rushing sword energy collapsed instantly under the sword energy. The sword light fell on Duan Shuyan's body. Swish! Duan Shuyan's body was split in two. Seeing this, Gu Yishan's eyes were filled with fear, and he knelt on the ground. Senior Xiao, spare me. We just went to Shanmen to investigate, and we didn't kill anyone from Shanmen. Gu Yishan didn't care who it was at this moment. He had to save his life before Shindinggong and the others came out. Damn Duan Shuyan, you're looking for death? Why did you bring me with you? He cursed in his heart. Tell me, who are you? Xiao Qiushu said calmly, stepped forward slowly, and his eyes fell on the other party. I'm Gu Yishan, from the Ministry of Personnel. Waste, shame on you. At this moment, a fierce shout broke out from the courtyard. Then three figures flew out of the courtyard. It was Shindinggong and his three men. Looking at Duan Shuyan, who was cut in half by a sword, and Gu Yishan, who was kneeling on the ground, Shindinggong's face became ferocious. Lord, Gu Yishan's face was pale. But he felt bitter in his heart. If Xiao Qiushu took action, he might not be able to take a single sword. It's better to be alive. Stand up now, you have disgraced the Ministry of Personnel, Tiandinggong roared. Gu Yishan hurriedly stood up. But when he was about to stand up, boom! A terrifying energy fell on him, causing his body, which was just about to stand up, to kneel on the ground again. Since you are kneeling, it's better to keep kneeling. Tiandinggong, you escaped from the hands of the three dragon heads of my Qinglong Club before, not because of your strength, but because I didn't want to kill you, but you are still making small moves now. If you don't go back to the capital immediately, you can only leave your life here. Xiao Shui looked at Tiandinggong and said, How dare you disrespect the Lord? The old man who appeared with Tiandinggong said sternly. The moment he spoke, a terrifying and cold chill broke out from his body, and a black aura entangled his body, and then a breath of energy enveloped Xiao Shui. But when his energy enveloped Xiao Shui, it was all chopped to pieces by an invisible sword energy. Divine power, Cheyenne killing blood, the old man in black robe shouted, and the divine power on his body burst out. A cold breath burst out from the other party. With a burst of this breath, a bloody breath spread out, and for a moment the other party was like a shur on earth. Whoosh! The body turned into a residual shadow and appeared in front of Xiao Qiushu. It's still just one sword. Xiao Qiushu's voice was cold. As his voice fell, the longsword in his hand was raised, and a terrifying sword energy appeared between heaven and earth, converging on the longsword in his hand. The old man who made the move felt a chill in his heart, sensing an endless terror shrouding him. The divine power that he had burst out was directly shattered by the sword energy. For a moment, his own body was not under his control at all. Don't fight, Shindinggong roared at this. The old man who made the move here already knew that he was no match for Xiao Qiushu. But at this time, the longsword in Xiao Qiushu's hand had already slashed out. The sword came out. The world seemed to be annihilated in an instant. Bang! The old man in black who attacked was instantly shattered by the sword energy and turned into a ball of flesh and blood. He was very arrogant before, but he couldn't avoid Xiao Qiushu's sword. Your strength? How could your strength become so strong? Shindinggong looked at Xiao Qiushu with a look of horror. According to the information they got, Xiao Qiushu didn't have such strong strength. Brother's huge, Shindinggong, you will send him off. Xiao Qiushu looked at Zhuge Zhangwo and said. Chapter 790, a stunning shot, killing Tiandinggong with one shot. What? Zhuge Zhangwo wants to send me off. He is a warrior who has not even reached the 9 difficulties of heaven and man. He wants to send me off. When Xiao Qiushu finished speaking, Shindinggong's face became ferocious. He recognized Xiao Qiushu's strength, but now he asked Zhuge Zhangwo to kill him. This was an insult to him. Shindinggong, Dare to humiliate me like this, kill. At this time, behind Shindinguang, a tall man in a black robe shouted, raised the long sword in his hand in an instant, and the whole person flew into the air. A terrifying sword intent burst out from his body, and he slashed with the sword. The sword light was as dazzling as a streak, and fell towards Zhu Zhengwo. But a silver light suddenly appeared. When the silver light appeared, it can be seen that a silver spear was used. It was not fast, and people could see it. But when it collided with a domineering sword energy, the sword energy was instantly shattered like glass. Swish! The spear pierced through the sword energy and penetrated the chest of the big man. Your spear. The big man looked at his pierced chest with an unwilling look. The opponent's spear was too fast, and he hadn't made any reaction yet. After the successful attack, Zhu Zhengwo pointed his gun at Shindinguang and said, Shindinguang, I don't know if you can dodge my spear. I didn't expect that you also have hidden abilities. It really surprised me, but you can't underestimate me, Shindinguang. Shindinguang said coldly. A terrifying aura burst out from his body. Let me see how much strength you have hidden. Shindinguang had long hair draped over his shoulders, and his robes fluttered. A domineering aura rose from him. He was Shindinguang of the Great Zhou dynasty. A great duke. Boom. He stepped on the ground and slapped his palm. The terrifying energy formed an air wave in his palm and went towards Zhu Zhengwo. This palm was earth-shattering, and the overwhelming energy fell with a bang. Zhu Zhengwo clenched the silver spear in his hand. The aura on his body also surged, and the terrifying energy made the surrounding situation change. As the ki flowed through the spear in his hand, lightning flashed through it. When the palm was about to fall, a spear was fired. The silver light collided with the palm force, and the palm force was instantly shattered. Tiandingong's expression changed, and he wanted to burst out his palm force again. But a silver spear light instantly tore through the air and appeared in front of him in the blink of an eye. He moved his body, but the silver spear light was 1 point faster than his body. After he moved, his body was just where the spear light hit. He felt his chest was pierced. His body fell. Looking at the spear stuck in his chest, Tiandingong's face was somewhat unwilling and lonely. The Great Zhou dynasty, why has it become like this? He did not look at Zhu Zhengwo, but looked in the direction of the capital. At this moment, he felt nostalgic for the scene when he followed a Zhou emperor to dominate the world. Puff. At this time, Zhu Zhengwo drew back his spear. The world is changing, people are changing, strong people are constantly appearing. You are out of date, Zhu Zhengwo said coldly. Out of date, plop. The body of Shindinguang fell to the ground. Zhu Zhengwo looked at Gu Yishan, who was still kneeling. At this moment, Gu Yishan's face changed drastically, and he immediately begged for mercy. Spare my life. The opponent was too strong, and the information obtained from the information was completely different. Tisk. Just when he lowered his head, the silver spear light instantly pierced his body. Why should a warrior without a spine become a warrior? Zhu Zhengwo looked at Gu Yishan, who was pierced by him, and said coldly. Brother Zhao, let's go, Zhu Zhengwo said to Zhao Kishu. As for the county governor of the county governor mansion, Zhu Zhengwo did not make any more moves. He believed that the other party would make the right choice and would definitely go to see him. Of course, if the other party did not appear at Shanmen tomorrow, then the day after tomorrow would be the date of his death. Tingshao area in the south of Mincheng, there is a memorial archway with 3 characters written on it, Yunhe Gate in the lobby. Yunhe Gate leader Yunhe Shen, about 50 years old, with a refined face, is sitting in the lobby. People are moving in the hall. These people have a strong aura, and some of them look even more ferocious. They are all leaders of forces around the canal. Everyone, Yunhe Shen, who had closed his eyes, opened his eyes. Today, I summoned everyone here because of Guan Yushin of Shifan Mansion of Xianaya Pavilion, who wants to integrate the forces around the canal. This Guan Yushin is very arrogant and is already on his way. Moreover, my Yunhe Gate deputy leader Luo Yuhei was also killed by Chu Xiangyu, the Shifan envoy under Guan Yushin, and said that he would send his head to my Yunhe Gate. It's really rampant. From this incident, the other party will definitely not give up, so I suggest that we form an alliance to deal with Guan Yushin together, Yunhe Sheng said. Yunhe Shen, I heard that Deputy Sect Master Luo was killed because of the night attack on Shifan Mansion. This puts us in a passive situation. The other party may not even talk to us, one of the old men with a pipe in his mouth said. What do you mean by this?
You are blaming Sect Master Yun. Sect Master Yun is helping us to fight against Guan Yushin. Do you want to surrender to Guan Yushin? The man opposite him spoke, looking at the old man with a pipe in his mouth with a cold look. They all knew about Luo Yuhei's affairs, but now they had to rely on Yun Haiman. Behind Yun Haiman is the Zhenwu Taoist temple. All those who gathered in my Yun Haiman today are my Yun Haiman friends. Shui Leoge, if you don't want to form an alliance, you can leave now. Yun Haisheng looked at the old man with a pipe in his mouth, and a gleam of light flashed in his eyes. Master Yun, we can't give up our power in the canal and join the Shifen mansion. Today, we are willing to serve Master Yun as the leader and lead us to fight against Guan Yushin. At this time, a scholar holding a folding fan spoke. Yes, we are all willing. After the scholar's voice fell, more than a dozen people began to echo. With the echo of more than a dozen people, others also followed up to support Yun Haisheng as the leader. Only a few people looked solemn and did not speak. Guan Yushin is a more domineering person than Bu Yongxiao. Do you want to submit to Guan Yushin if you don't join us? At this time, the scholar who spoke earlier looked at the few people who did not agree and said coldly. For a moment, everyone looked at the few people who did not speak. Boom. At this time, the lobby of Yun Haiman was blasted open. A group of people walked in from outside. When they came in, something fell directly in the center of the lobby. It was a head, Luo Yuhei's head. For a moment, the expressions of the people in the hall changed suddenly. Guan Yushin arrived so quickly. It would be a waste of time to deal with you one by one. Now that you have gathered together, I will subdue you all together. If you don't want to be like the heads on the ground, declare your submission to me, Guan Yushin. Guan Yushin stood with his hands behind his back, standing outside the lobby of Yunhei Gate. Chapter 791, The Tyrant Official Yushin, Those who disobey will be killed. In the lobby, Yun Haisheng raised his hand and grabbed Luo Yuhei's head. Put Yuhei's head away, let's go meet Guan Yushin. Yun Haisheng stood up, jumped, and appeared outside the lobby. A group of people in the lobby quickly followed him out, looking at Guan Yushin fiercely. Guan Yushin's words did not take them seriously at all. Guan Yushin, you are too arrogant. Today is the day when my alliance is established. You can't leave even if you come, the scholar holding the folding fan said sternly to Guan Yushin. While speaking, his figure was vaguely hiding behind Yun Haisheng. Duplicate demon shadow, at this moment. Behind Guan Yushin, Helian Ba's figure turned into a residual shadow and appeared in front of the scholar. Distraction palm. The palm fell on the opponent's chest. Bang! The scholar who spoke was hit by this palm and flew backwards and hit the wall behind him. Blood spurted out of his mouth and he fell to the ground without a breath. You have no strength at all, yet you dare to be so arrogant. Helian Ba fell back and looked at everyone. You are so arrogant, really arrogant, you dare to kill people. Helian Ba made a move, and for a moment, everyone behind Yun Haisheng began to get angry. They were all Jianghu people who licked blood on the tip of the knife, and sometimes they seemed very crazy. Yun Haisheng's face was gloomy. He didn't expect Guan Yushin to not give him any face at all. He was a disciple of Zhenwu Taoist temple. Guan Yushin, you are so overbearing. This is my Yunhei Gate. You came uninvited and dared to kill people in my Yunhei Gate, and even brought the head of my Yunhei Gate's deputy sect master. Today, I am the old man. Yun Haisheng wanted to speak, but at this time, Guan Yushin said, submit or die. The breath on his body burst out, and the terrifying pressure instantly swept towards everyone. He didn't give Yun Haisheng a chance to talk nonsense. Yun Haisheng's face became ferocious, and his energy burst out. A sword energy burst out from him. With a grab of his hand, a long sword placed in the hall was instantly caught in his hand. I really want to see what you, Guan Yushin, are capable of. With a long sword in hand, Yun Haisheng's aura changed, and the whole person was like an extremely sharp long sword, pointing at Guan Yushin from afar. Go ahead, let me see if your sword is sharp enough. Guan Yushin looked at Yun Haisheng and said coldly. Divine power, 9 absolute body destroying sword. The divine power on Yun Haisheng's body burst out, and the energy behind him formed 9 long sword phantoms. The 9 long swords carried a beautiful aura. Yun Haisheng studied under the 9 absolute sword beyond Jiju of the Zhenwu Taoist temple, and practiced a 9 absolute body destroying sword, created by his master Tian Jiju, a sword art that focuses on killing. Cut, he shouted, raised the long sword in his hand, and chopped it out. When he chopped,
The 9 sword shadows behind him gathered together, and a huge sword shadow appeared, heading towards Guan Yushin. Innate Ki. Guan Yushin did not use his divine power, but only used his innate Ki. Boom! The long sword fell. The sword energy burst out, forming a wave of air, and the people around were shocked and retreated. After the sword energy, Guan Yushin stood there intact. "This is your sword, too bad, I didn't even use my divine power, and you couldn't break the key, I'm so disappointed. You have already made a move, so you should die," Guan Yushin said calmly. Boom! While speaking, he kicked the ground with his feet, and his figure instantly rushed towards Yun Haishin, and the terrifying key burst out. The surrounding air became extremely sticky under the condensation of this key. Some people's bodies were stuck and couldn't move. In an instant, everyone's faces showed horror. It's too scary. The true key is so sticky. It's not an opponent at all. When approaching Yun Haishin, Guan Yushin raised his palm and slapped Yun Haishin. Yun Haishin's face changed greatly, and his divine power continued to burst out. His internal ki also spread out, breaking free from the restraints and roaring. "Limit, destroy the body, kill," he shouted, and slashed out with a sword. The sword light turned into black light and flew towards Guan Yushin's palm. Too weak, Guan Yushin snorted coldly, and the falling palm did not stop at all, and continued to fall. The black sword light collided with the palm and was shattered by the ki bursting out of the palm. It continued to fall towards Yun Haishin. Yun Haishin's sword was ineffective, and his hand did not stop. He immediately slashed out with a long sword, and the sword energy burst out. But these sword energies were useless. Boom! Guan Yushin's palm fell on his head. Die! Guan Yushin's face was ferocious and cruel. He pressed his palm down. Yun Haishin's head was directly slapped into his body by this palm. Bang! And then his whole body turned into a ball of flesh and blood. "If you want to live, kill anyone in Yunheimen," Guan Yushin fell down and said coldly to everyone in the hall. "General Guan." One person opened his mouth to speak. Bang! Guan Yushin pointed his finger, and a burst of energy burst out, directly piercing the other person's head. Seeing this, everyone's face was horrified and trembling all over. "I'll count to 3. If you don't take action, you will all die," Guan Yushin said. "The most indispensable thing in the martial arts world is warriors. If one group dies, another group will appear. No one is irreplaceable. One kill." When Guan Yushin said one, a person in the hall had already started to kill the disciples of Yunheimen. "Guan Yushin, I'm going to kill you." Seeing this, another deputy master of Yunheimen burst out and rushed towards Guan Yushin. Bang! But when he rushed towards Guan Yushin, a palm behind him slapped him directly. Swish! Along with the palm, a long knife chopped on his back. "This is the best opportunity to pledge allegiance. Yunheimen will be destroyed today. Don't blame them. I don't have the ability, but I still want to be the leader. They just want to live." The deputy leader of Yunheimen was attacked and his body continued to lean forward. Swish! At this time, a beautiful figure appeared behind Guan Yushin, and the sword in her hand flashed, piercing his throat like a stream of light. Yan Yinju made a move. She is also a strong man in the sea, and she is also a killer. She will find the best opportunity to attack. Kill. At this time, no one hesitated. If they hesitated, they would die. No one wanted to die. The sound of killing shook the sky and blood filled the air. "I'm really disappointed. They dare to form an alliance with this little strength. Do they really think that they can go against me with the identity of Zhenwu Daoguan?" Guan Yushin said coldly. "Helianba, after today, we will fully gather together. I want to integrate the forces of the Northern Canal within half a month. If Duguwa Yi doesn't complete it for me by then, we will continue to move forward," Guan Yushin said. "Yes, I understand," Helian Badao said. "General, are we going back?" Yan Yinju said at the side. Looking at Guan Yushin, Yan Yinju didn't know why the image of Buyang Xiao in his mind was gradually replaced by Guan Yushin. Buyang Xiao was domineering, and so was Guan Yushin. They were similar in many ways, but Guan Yushin was more ruthless than Buyang Xiao. Chapter 792 36 Alien Races, Heavenly Extinction Sword, Liu Junction. In the imperial city of the capital, Zhu Pingsheng looked at the secret report in front of him, his eyes slightly condensed. Zhu Zhangwo killed Xian Dinggang with one shot. How is this possible? He checked Zhu Zhangwo's previous information again, his eyes condensed. The strength has increased so fast in a short period of time.
Could it be the support of the forces behind the Xianmen of the Qinglong Society? But the price paid for this is very high. Is it worth it? Zhu Pingsheng frowned slightly and put the information of Zhu Zhangwo and Xiao Keishu aside. His eyes then fell on Guan Yushin's information. Guan Yushin forcefully killed Yun Haixin, the eldest disciple of the 9 absolute swords of the Zhenwu Taoist temple, and destroyed the Yunhei sect. I don't know if the 9 absolute swords will come down the mountain. However, the Zhenwu Taoist temple has been oppressed by the Xianaya Pavilion twice. You are one of the holy places of the Taoism. If you don't show some dignity, you will lose your identity. Xianaya Pavilion and Zhenwu Taoist temple are not ordinary. What are you planning by doing this? Zhu Pingsheng frowned. The most stable place is still the capital. The most chaotic place is Jiangnan. So many strong men have died before the Holy Sword Lake is opened. Sima Changhen is a bit slow this time, Zhu Pingsheng murmured. After a while, Zhu Pingsheng stood up from his chair and went to the palace. This palace. Murin Qingchen was in the palace, also looking at the report, his eyes solemn. The martial arts world is a bit chaotic now. If this continues, the rule of the martial arts world and my great Zhou may be in trouble. My father was seriously injured and is now in seclusion. It's a bit difficult to change this situation. Now the news came from the Xianjianxi and various places. The martial arts world is constantly fighting, and there is a kind of chaos. Master Zhu wants to see you. At this time, a man in black came in and bowed. Master Zhu, come here. Hearing this, Murin Qingchen showed surprise on his face. He walked down from the table and went to greet Zhu Pingsheng in person. Zhu Pingsheng, meet your highness. Zhu Pingsheng saw Murin Qingchen coming out of the palace and hurriedly saluted. Master Zhu, no need to be polite. As Murin Qingchen spoke, the two walked into the hall together. Master Zhu, do you have any instructions for me? Murin Qingchen asked Zhu Pingsheng after he asked him to sit down. Zhu Pingsheng did not sit down, but stood up and said, I came here this time, hoping that your highness the princess would go to Jiangnan. Feng Huiyan, the successor of the Changsheng Society, is in Luoyang City. Your Majesty's injury requires the Changsheng secret book of the Changsheng Society. Sima Changhen, one of the 4 general envoys in Jiangnan, is investigating. After entering Jiangnan, the princess can go directly to Sima Changhen. Zhu Pingsheng told Murin Qingchen the purpose of coming to see Murin Qingchen this time. Sima Changhen is one of the 4 general envoys. Murin Qingchen showed surprise on her face. She knew that there were 4 general envoys in Jiangnan, but she did not know their true identities. Sima Changhen, the head of the Luoyang escort agency, was actually one of the 4 general envoys of the Xianjian division. This is some information about Feng Huiyan. The Holy Sword Lake is about to open. Your Highness will leave today and should be able to arrive before the Holy Sword Lake opens, Zhu Pingsheng said. I will bring Feng Huiyan back, Murin Qingchen said. Then I will not bother your Highness the princess. After saying that, he did not stay here and bowed and retreated. After Zhu Pingsheng left, Murin Qingchen frowned slightly. Feng Huiyan, the successor of the Changsheng Society, is not an ordinary person. I may not be able to bring him back if I go there myself, he set his eyes on some case files in Jiangnan. His eyes finally fell on Su Chen's information. Do you want me to use the power of the Qinglong Society? Murin Qingchen murmured. Su Chen, your Qinglong Society is too powerful now. Maybe I should meet you too, Murin Qingchen said in a deep voice. Jiangnan. Luoyang City. Heavy rain. In the inn, Su Chen stood by the window. Sima Changhen, haven't you found Feng Huiyan yet? Su Chen asked. I did find him, but he doesn't seem to be ready to take action, Yuan Suyin said. This guy is waiting for the Holy Sword Lake to open so that he can benefit further. Did Sima Changhen meet Wei Dongjin? Su Chen said in a deep voice. They have met today and seem to have reached an agreement. This is a thank you gift from Wei Dongjin. Yuan Suyin handed a brocade box to Su Chen. The brocade box was opened, revealing an ancient book. Obtained, the physical cultivation secrets of 10 Palaces True Emperor Gate, above the Heavenly Gate, the first level of the fusion body method, and 2 orange lottery cards as a reward. It's a martial arts method, the martial arts of 10 Palaces True Emperor Gate, above the Heavenly Gate. Not bad. Su Chen nodded 2 orange lottery cards. It can be seen that this martial arts method is not simple. It's still better to trade with these people, Su Chen said in his heart. Now, according to the ancient books, Su Chen can only get some blue lottery cards, and has not collected one orange lottery card. He now has 9 orange lottery cards. Let's draw 3 first. Su Chen thought to himself and started to draw. Get 10 minutes of sword comprehension, get 3 bottles of Shinrin Den, and get 1 Xiaoyu sword enhancement card. This, Su Chen was a little confused. It doesn't seem to be very special and valuable. Su Chen checked the Xiaoyu sword enhancement card. After strengthening, the Xiaoyu sword can be upgraded to a medium-level weapon. It's better not to draw. The European Emperor still needs to find Sima Changhan, Su Chen thought to himself. If there's anything else, please help me make an appointment with Sima Changhan. Su Chen prepared to go to Sima Changhan to try his luck. My lord, there's news from the capital that Murin Qingchen left the capital and should be coming to Jiangnan. General Envoy Guan destroyed Yunhe Gate, and Zhenwu Taoist Temple, Juju Sword. Tianjuju went down the mountain yesterday and should be looking for a fight with General Envoy Guan. Duke Xinding and 4 masters of the Ministry of Personnel died at the hands of Xiao Keishu and Zhu Zhengwo. Their bodies have been transported back to the capital, Yuan Suin said on the side. Duke Xinding didn't go back and ask for death himself. He also encountered the strength improvement of Zhu Zhengwo and others. It's a pity that he was a step slower. Sometimes, luck is very important for people. Let Bai Tianyu in the capital pay close attention to the situation in the Ministry of Personnel. The death of the head of the Ministry of Personnel will make other heads of the Ministry of Personnel take action, Su Chen said in a deep voice. I didn't expect so many things to happen in a few days. Lai family, what's going on over there? Lai Guhong's body should have arrived at the Lai family. There's news from the beggars sect that Lai's Henbei didn't move, but invited Liu Junction, the heavenly extinction blade, from one of the 36 alien races. He's on his way, and Liu Qingchao sent a secret note, hoping that the headmaster will go there tonight to have a chat, Yuan Suin said one by one. It seems that she is anxious. Tell him that the people from the Blue Dragon Society have already made arrangements for this matter, and ask her to wait. What about the Holy Sword Lake? They haven't made any movement in the past 2 days, Su Chen thought of the Holy Sword Lake. It's not very quiet for the time being, but there is a sense of solemnity in this quietness. I'm afraid that when the Holy Sword Lake opens, it will be even more tragic, Yuan Suin said. Chapter 793, Temporary Shelter at Holy Sword Lake, the new sword master and his departure. Holy Sword Lake, in the spacious secret room, Holy Sword Lake, Sword Master Lu Wujian sat cross-legged. The sword energy around him appeared and disappeared, and cracks appeared in the air around him from time to time. In front of him, Lu Chimu, one of the 5 elders, was standing respectfully in front of him. How are the major forces in Luoyang City being investigated? Which forces and people are worthy of our attention? Lu Wujian opened his eyes and said. There are many forces coming, and the ones worth noting are Renkai from Xianaya Pavilion, Feng Huiyan from Changsheng Society, Lan Yuhao, Jin Junmo, Wei Dongjin, the Lord of Yama Palace, and Su Chen from Qinglong Society, and Sima Chang'an, the head of the Luoyang Escort Agency, who has not appeared for a long time, Lu Chimu said. Renkai, what is his move? Hearing Renkai, Lu Wujian said. This person has not appeared since he moved into the inn. Judging from this situation, the other party should be cultivating his own aura. I am afraid he wants to challenge the sword master, Lu Chimu said. Renkai-Xing's target is clearly me. Don't pay attention to him anymore. I'll see how strong this young warrior is. Who else is targeting my Holy Sword Lake? Lu Wujian said here, with a sharp sword intent in his eyes. It should be Feng Huiyan and the Lai family, Lu Chimu said in a deep voice. Feng Huiyan of the Changsheng Society, my Holy Sword Lake, has no grudges with their Changsheng Society. Why did he plot against my Holy Sword Lake? Lu Wujian asked with some doubts. It hasn't been found out yet, Lu Chimu shook his head. Is Lai Guhong of the Lai family in Luoyang City? Kill him first and see how Feng Huiyan reacts, Lu Wujian said. Sword Master, Lai Guhong is dead. It is rumored that they commissioned the killing of General Manager Hou, but they leaked the news and broke the rules. The Qinglong Society took action and killed him, Lu Chimu said. He is dead, but it is a bit of a bargain for Lai Guhong, Lu Wujian said coldly. Sword Master, this Holy Sword Lake conference exudes a sense of weirdness. I'm afraid it's a disaster for my Holy Sword Lake, Lu Chimu said in a deep voice.
Emperor Zhou broke through and was seriously injured. The rivers and lakes are in chaos. My Holy Sword Lake will not be quiet. As long as this disaster is overcome, my Holy Sword Lake will still be glorious, but this time when Holy Sword Lake opens, I will also break through the gate of heaven and leave. I hope this will be the last time for Holy Sword Lake to show its power. From now on, it will be handed over to the new sword master, Lu Wujian said. This time, the Holy Sword Lake opened, not only to open the sword tomb of Holy Sword Lake, but also to show up the new sword master. Holy Sword Lake will be fully closed today, waiting for Holy Sword Lake to open, Lu Wujian ordered. Yes, Lu Qimu bowed and left the room. At this time, a tavern on the roadside leading to Luoyang City. Many Jianghu guests gathered here. It was faintly raining outside. The door of the tavern was open, and the cool breeze kept coming in. Ever since the news of Emperor Zhou's breakthrough came out of the capital, the martial arts world has become more and more chaotic. Yes, it is chaotic, and many young masters have appeared. You have heard that Liang Changbi, the owner of Wuge Villa, in Su City, Jiangnan, killed Liu Mushan, the eldest disciple of the Red Sun Palace, 3 days ago. It is rumored that his strength has reached the level of sea concentration. Nowadays, many martial artists have defected to Wuge Villa. Liang Changbi is one of them. The old master of Jiangnan Yuan Palace abdicated, and the new master Ji Yusheng also showed the strength of sea concentration. It is rumored that Ji Yusheng is only 24 years old this year. I think there will be many young masters appearing in the future. It's time for the martial arts world to change dynasties. However, the most lively city now is Luoyang City. Holy Sword Lake will be opened in the next few days, but so many things happened before it was opened. I'm afraid that a big war will break out in Holy Sword Lake. This time, who said it wasn't? In the past, when Holy Sword Lake was opened, it was a prosperous era. Now there is no prosperity, but there is a lot of killing. The son of the sword master of Holy Sword Lake, the general manager, and that Jian Taichi, are all dead. Don't talk about Holy Sword Lake. The Luoyang escort agency was also destroyed. Sima Chang'an disappeared, and Xianzhen Palace, one of the 3 palaces, was also destroyed in one day, and the son of Li's Henbei, the head of the Li family, died in Jiangnan. It seems that someone broke his neck and died miserably. It seems that it is rumored that the Green Dragon Society did it, one person said in a low voice. This Green Dragon Society is really powerful. It is rumored that they dare to kill even the people of the Li family. What are they afraid of killing? Isn't the Li family also involved in the beggar gang now? It is rumored that the second elder of the Li family was killed by the beggar gang's leader Qiao with a palm. Isn't the Li family not that good? The group of people became more and more excited as they talked, probably because they drank too much. Yes, the Li family is not that good either. If I meet them, I can kill the people of the Li family as well, one person said arrogantly. Hearing this person's words, an old man next to him changed his face and quickly advised, don't talk big. If the people of the Li family hear you, you will be in trouble. We are not on the territory of the Li family. What can they do to me? The warriors who spoke were a little young, and they were all very arrogant. They had just entered the martial arts world and were not afraid of tigers. Humph! Suddenly a cold snort came. Everyone looked out the door. Outside the door, a figure walked in. The person was carrying 3 horse-slashing long swords behind him, with a cold face. It was raining outside, but there was no raindrop on the other person's body. The person used his own true energy to isolate the rain along the way. This person's strength was a bit terrifying. You were just talking about the Li family. The person looked at the young warrior who had drunk a lot and said coldly. The voice was cold, and the young warrior trembled all over and did not dare to make a move. The other party's aura was too strong. He dared not say anything more. Don't you have the courage to say it? Then go to hell. The person grabbed with his palm, and a long sword flew out from behind and fell into his hand. Swish! He instantly cut the opponent in half with one sword. Then he turned around and left without looking at anyone. Inside the tavern, everyone trembled as they watched the figure leave. Who is this man? One person whispered. He is Liu Junction, one of the 36 alien races. Rumor has it that he is Li's Henbei's sworn brother. He probably came here this time because of Li Guhong's matter, some people whispered. The Qinglong Society wants to deal with just one person, a warrior next to the young man who had just been killed said. This Liu Zhongshan ranks third among the 36 alien races. What do you think of his strength? Rumor has it that he is a little worse than Li's Hanbei, but he is a ruthless person. Do you remember the Luo Jiabao in Jiangnan 15 years ago? It was destroyed by this man alone, an old man said. Hearing the old man's words, many people were shocked. The Luo Jiabao tragedy shocked the entire Jiangnan back then. It was mainly because the killing method was too cruel. The men in Luo Jiabao were cut in half with one sword, and the women were sucked dry of their blood and died. He is an extremely cruel and ruthless person. Chapter 794, Xiong Angshan, the Phantom Demon. In a large room above the restaurant, a woman wearing a green long skirt with a little lotus leaf pattern on it, a jade hairpin on her head, a green shawl, tall and pale, but also exuding a desolate beauty. Her eyes were deep, with countless sadness in them, and it seemed that she had experienced a lot. The direction her eyes were looking at was exactly the direction Liu Zhongshan had just left. "Miss, what should we do now?" a maid beside her said. "We will also set off to Luoyang City." This Liu Zhongshan came for Li Guhong, and the one who killed Li Guhong was from the Green Dragon Society. I have found out the and where Su Chen, the young leader of the Green Dragon Society, is. Let's go to see Su Chen, the young leader. This is our chance. As long as we can get the people of the Green Dragon Society to move, Liu Zhongshan will definitely die here. While the green-clothed woman was talking, she stood up, put on her bamboo hat, walked out of the tavern, got on a carriage, and headed towards Luoyang City in the rain. In Luoyang City, in the pavilion, Su Chen and Sima Chang'an were drinking. "You said that Princess Murin was coming to Luoyang from the capital for Feng Huiyan, the successor of the Changsheng Society." Su Chen looked at Sima Chang'an and said, "It should be, but it is said that Princess Murin did not bring any strong people with her." Sima Chang'an looked at Su Chen with a smile on his face. Yet, hearing Sima Chang'an's words, Su Chen frowned slightly. If he did not bring any experts, who would help him? Seeing Sima Chang'an looking at him, he could not help but say, "You are targeting me, but it's okay. As long as you pay the price, let alone the successor of the Changsheng Society, even if the leader of the Changsheng Society appears, my Qinglong Society can still take him down." Su Chen's tone was very calm. "Don't you know the origin of the Changsheng Society, Su Xiaolong?" Sima Chang'an said softly. "To be honest, I really don't know. Can you tell me about it?" Sima deadened. Su Chen did not pretend to know the details of the Changsheng Society. The organization, Eternal Life Society, appeared 1,000 years ago. The first generation of the Eternal Life Society leader was a person from above. The descendants of the Eternal Life Society are generally disciples of the leader of the Eternal Life Society. Each generation has only one disciple, who is the next leader. There are 7 elders in the Eternal Life Society. It is rumored that there are only 9 official members in the entire Eternal Life Society, except for this heir Feng Huiyan. We have some information about these 9 people, but not much information about the others. Once you participate in such things, you will face a very mysterious and powerful force, Sima Chang'an said. "It doesn't matter. If you can't deal with me, I will find someone to deal with them." Of course, our Qinglong Society emphasizes that the rewards are in place. If the rewards are not in place, then don't think about anything, Su Chen said calmly. "Isn't it just shaking people? Who is afraid of who?" Speaking of this, Su Chen thought of the purpose of his coming here, which was to take advantage of Sima Chang'an's European Emperor's aura. He has 6 orange lottery cards on him. Draw 3 first. Draw directly. Obtained a copy of the Sword Tomb map of Holy Sword Lake. Obtained the 3rd style of the 4 symbols of Heaven's Will. The Thunder God's Wrath Cultivation Infusion card, and obtained the 1st level Cultivation Infusion card of the Fusion method. Well, they are all for improving my cultivation. Although I didn't get any explosive characters, I improved my strength, which is still good. I quickly drew the remaining 3 orange lottery cards, obtained the exclusive character Xiong Angshan, the Phantom Demon's Flawless Body, obtained 1 concentration pill, and obtained a piece of sky blue jade. This, Su Chen frowned. Sima Chang'an's European Emperor physique is not that strong. Checking the sky blue jade, it is the size of a fist, which can be integrated into the weapon level weapon, and can help the top weapon level weapon to upgrade to the spirit level, with probability. It is also a good treasure. Xiong Angshan's Phantom Demon's Flawless Body is to completely absorb blood without any side effects, which improves Xiong Angshan's strength. Xiang Angshan went to the Xiling area alone at that time. Although he had the support of the elixir, his strength did not improve very quickly. Having just entered the 9 difficulties of heaven and man, with his phantom demon body, Xiang Angshan's strength would certainly grow rapidly. It was just a little different from what he thought. Opposite Su Chen, Sima Changhun saw Su Chen frowning, and his expression was slightly startled. After all, what Su Chen just said was very domineering, but now he frowned, and he was a little confused. Young Master Su, Princess Muring has not arrived yet. You have many choices. If you are not in Luoyang City, maybe you can't get involved in this matter, Sima Changhun said. I won't leave at this time. Su Chen shook his head. What do you think of the closure of the Holy Sword Lake by the Sima Master? Su Chen changed the subject. Sima Changhun has ideas about the Holy Sword Lake, and should know something about the Holy Sword Lake. Wu Jian has reached that point. This time, when he opens the Holy Sword Lake, he may use the sword intent left by the sword masters of the past generations of Holy Sword Lake, to open the gate of heaven with one sword, Sima Changhun said softly. Open the gate of heaven with one sword? Su Chen's face showed surprise when he heard it. With the sword intent left by the sword masters of the past generations of Holy Sword Lake, open the gate of heaven with one sword. You mean Lu Wujian is going to step into the gate of heaven? Su Chen couldn't help but say. It's just my guess, but I don't know why Lu Wujian would lead with one sword at this time. After all, if Holy Sword Lake doesn't have a strong man like him sitting in charge, I'm afraid it won't exist for long. Sima Changhun frowned and said. Wu Jian is the sword master of the Holy Sword Lake. If he leaves with one sword, a new sword master will appear. He dares to leave with one sword, which means that the new sword master has the strength to suppress all ghosts and monsters, Su Chen couldn't help but say. Hearing Su Chen's words, Sima Changhun was startled. Yes, I seem to have forgotten this point, and almost missed the big thing. During this period of time, he has been thinking about this matter, but he has never understood the reason. He underestimated the new sword master. Now hearing Su Chen's words, his mind suddenly brightened. Many people previously believed that Lu Kunlun, the son of Lu Wu's sword, would become the first sword son. But with Lu Kunlun's strength, he could not be the sword master. So the new sword master could not be Lu Kunlun before Holy Sword Lake. If you want to become a sword master, you can't just be the son of the sword master, you must have a strong sword cultivation. Thank you, Su Xiaolong Xiao, for reminding me, Sima Changhun thanked. At this time, in the distance, Lin Zia Ocean walked in with an umbrella. Brother, Liu Junction of the 36 alien races has entered Luoyang City, Lin Zia Ocean said. Has Liu Junction arrived? Su Xiaolong Xiao, your trouble is here. This Liu Junction is not ordinary. Sima Changhun looked at Su Chen and said. That's because I let him into the city to see who he came into contact with. Otherwise, there would be another corpse at the city gate now, but he will only live a little longer, Su Chen said calmly. It seems that young Master Su has made an arrangement. Sima Changhun glanced at Su Chen and said. Kill him at any time. For potential enemies, sometimes killing them is the best way. In this way, he won't have time to bother you. Chapter 795, The Orphan of the Luo Family, the Supreme Wuji Sect, and the Bloodline of the Zuanine Heavenly Python. Liu Junction entered the city, and Su Chen did not stay with Sima Changhun for long, and left. When Su Chen left, the rain outside was getting heavier and heavier, with no sign of stopping. Sima Changhun looked at Su Chen's blurred figure in the rain and slowly stood up. Brother, Liu Junction is the leader of the 36 alien python tribes. It is rumored that Liu Junction may have stimulated a trace of blood power, Lin Zia Ocean said. You can find out, and Qinglong Society can find out too. Liu Junction will die, but it will cause riots among the 36 alien tribes later. Pay close attention to this matter. Once Liu Junction dies, pass this news to the capital, Sima Changhun said. After speaking, Sima Changhun fell into deep thought. Recently, he has been in contact with Su Chen. He is getting to know Su Chen and found that Su Chen is very calm no matter what time or what he encounters. He doesn't care about the changes in the outside world at all. From this point, it can be clearly seen that Qinglong Society, behind Su Chen, may be more powerful than he imagined. Brother, I just got the news that Zhu Zhangwo, who is in charge of the mountain and river gate of the Qinglong Society, shot through the Shining Lord with one shot, Lin Zia Ocean said. What?
shot through the Shining Lord with one shot. How is this possible? According to the previous information, Zhu Zhangwo's strength has not reached the 9 difficulties of heaven and man, Sima Chang'an said. The capital suspects that it may be the help of the people above the Shineman, Lin Zia Ocean said. This help costs too much? Why can't it be that Zhu Zhangwo hides his strength? This, Qinglong society, is getting more and more mysterious. Fortunately, we are not enemies, but just friends, Sima Chang'an said. Go and investigate who is in the Holy Sword Lake. Who is the next sword master? Sima Chang'an said. Outside the inn, Su Chen's carriage appeared, and Yuan Suian held an umbrella. The two stepped into the inn. Since Su Chen's identity was known, Yuan Suian blocked the entire inn. When they stepped into the inn, 2 figures were standing in the lobby of the inn. Seeing Su Chen, the woman in the green dress walked up to Su Chen. My daughter Luo Hangqiu, I am honored to meet young Master Su. I came to see young Master Su this time to ask, Qinglong Club, for a favor. Luo Hangqiu's voice was a little weak. A favor? Su Chen showed interest on his face. The woman who claimed to be Luo Hangqiu had already reached the 9th level of heaven and man. Such a power was not something that ordinary forces could cultivate. Moreover, the other party stated her intentions right from the start, without any tricks. A good first impression please. Su Chen took Luo Hangqiu into a private room on the 2nd floor. Yuan Suian and the maid stood outside the room. Please have some tea. Su Chen poured Luo Hangqiu a cup of tea. Luo Hangqiu sat opposite Su Chen, took a sip of tea, and then put it down. Young Master Su, I came here this time to ask the Qinglong Society to help kill Liu Junction. This is my reward. Luo Hangqiu took out a jade pendant from his neck, on which was engraved a small green snake. The snake card in the 12 zodiac cards. What is this recently? Su Chen did not expect to encounter another snake card. This is a good thing. Are you sure you want to use it as a reward? Su Chen looked at Luo Hangqiu and said. I have looked up the 12 zodiac cards in ancient books. It is only useful to gather 12 jade cards. With my ability, I can't do this, Luo Hangqiu said. She was also slightly relieved in her heart. She couldn't take out other treasures, so she could only take this. Although she knew the function of this jade card, she knew that she couldn't get it together. Okay, this Liu Junction can't leave Luoyang City, Su Chen said. Young Master Su, this Liu Junction stimulated a trace of the Zuanang Xianman bloodline of the Python clan 15 years ago, Luo Hangqiu said. It was previously rumored that he might have stimulated a trace of blood, but I didn't expect Miss Luo to know what blood he stimulated. Su Chen's expression slightly moved when he heard Luo Qiuhun's words. I am an orphan of the Luo family 15 years ago. Our Luo family ancestor got a Zuanang Xianlang grass when he was young. This Zuanang Xianlang grass can make the blood of the women of the ancestors' descendants produce a trace of Zuanang Xianmei. This matter was known by Liu Junction. He came to slaughter my entire Luo family manor, suck the blood of my Luo family women, and condensed a trace of the blood of the Python clan Zuanang Xianmang, Luo Qiuhun said. So that's it. When Su Chen knew that Liu Junction came to Luoyang City, he investigated Liu Junction and knew that the other party destroyed the Luo family manor 15 years ago. The girl's strength has reached the 9 difficulties of heaven and man. She should be from a famous family and should be able to kill Liu Junction, Su Chen then asked. I am a disciple of the Supreme Wuji sect, but my master is just an ordinary elder in the Supreme Wuji sect. The reason why I can enter the 9 difficulties of heaven and man is actually because I have the Zuanine heavenly vein. Otherwise, with the resources I have, I can't reach the 9 difficulties of heaven and man at all, Luo Hangqiu said. The Supreme Wuji sect is one of the 3 major sects under the Taoist Holy Land, and the dominant force in the Xiling area. Su Chen didn't expect that Luo Hangqiu was from the Supreme Wuji sect in the Xiling area. Now, there is only Xiong Angshan on his side who is developing in the Xiling area. However, due to the limitation of his strength, Xiong Angshan only occupied the northern Xiong County and became a martial arts leader. Xiong County is a very small county in the Xiling area. Sometimes, warriors still need to rely on forces. With such forces, they can be used completely. When you show your qualifications and strength, I believe you will get what you want. Su Chen looked at Luo Hangqiu and said. Thank you for the tip from Su Xiaolong. Liu Junction is Li's Hanbi's sworn brother. Our Taishang Wuji sect supports the 13th prince, and the Kingsa Temple
of the three sects of Taoism supports the seventh prince, Taishang Wuji sect, will not deal with Liu Junction for me, Luo Hanqiu said bitterly. Her cultivation talent is extraordinary. But sometimes, talent is not everything. This time she came to Jiangnan because she heard that something happened to the Lai family in Jiangnan, and she came to Jiangnan privately to see if she could find a chance for revenge. In the disputes between the rivers and lakes, strength is respected. When you have absolute strength, you can crush all constraints. Don't worry, Miss Luo. In fact, even if you don't ask me, King Longhu, to take action, we will take action against Liu Junction. Su Chen looked at Luo Hanqiu and said, I found out, but I just want to do my part for the Luo family, Luo Hanqiu said. Master, Liu Junction is coming towards the inn, Yuan Su Ein said. Well, I wanted to see who he was going to meet. I didn't expect him to come to me. It seems that he has great confidence in his own strength. Let me see how strong he is. Su Chen's eyes flashed with a cold light. He had originally arranged for Zizia Feng to keep an eye on the other party. Unexpectedly, the other party couldn't wait. The other party will be stronger in this rainy day, Luo Hanqiu said. But Su Chen's expression did not change. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelis. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 796, Killing in the Rainy Night. 36 alien races appear, Linglioshi, Zhangaiyu Hall. Rain. Very fast. Like the Milky Way falling. There were few pedestrians in the rain. A figure carrying 3 long swords was walking towards Su Chen's inn step by step. The falling rain was shaking all around him. When it shook, a trace of cold air flowed into his body. On a pavilion, Feng Huiyan looked at the figure in the rain. This Liu Junction is still as fierce as ever. He has also defeated Su Xiaolong Xiao. I don't know if the double-edged swordsman next to Su Xiaolong Xiao can be Liu Junction's opponent, the old man next to Feng Huiyan said. That double-edged swordsman has a strong divine power and is also very powerful. Unfortunately, today's rain is very heavy, which is very favorable to Liu Junction. What's more, it is rumored that Liu Junction has stimulated a trace of blood. A trace of blood power plus divine power can suppress the double-edged swordsman, and Liu Junction has not taken action since he took action 15 years ago. Instead, he used his own blood to refine the 3 sabers on his body. These 3 swords may have also entered the weapon level. I don't know how Su Xiaolong, the leader of the Qinglong Society, can resist. Lai's Hanbi asked Liu Junction to take action, probably because he wanted to show the Jiangnan martial arts world the power of their 36 alien races, Feng Huiyan said. But after all, there's only Liu Junction. The Qinglong Society has many masters in Luoyang City, then it depends on how the Lai family arranges it. There should be arrangements in the dark, Feng Huiyan said in a deep voice. In another place, a figure opened the window of the inn. It was Jin Junmo. Lai's Hanbi, you asked Liu Junction to come. I don't know how you can control the 36 alien races if Liu Junction dies. Jin Junmo looked at the figure in the rain and said. Master, Liu Junction is very powerful, and according to Lai's Hanbi's personality, he should have other plans, the person next to Jin Junmo said. I have a feeling that this Qinglong Club will be shocking again. After this time, I may have more contact with this young dragon Hudsu, and I can sell Feng Huiyan, Jin Junmo muttered. Hearing Jin Junmo's words, the corner of the man's mouth beside him moved. At this moment, many windows on the inn were opened. They all looked at the figure in the rain and fog. In the inn, Su Chen also opened the window and looked at the person coming in the rain. Zhuang Zuanji and Mei Zuanshuang also came to Su Chen and his friends. When they saw Luo Hanqiu in a green dress, their expressions did not change. They knew that Luo Hanqiu appeared in the inn. My daughter, Luo Hanqiu, greets Miss Zhuang and Miss Zuanshuang. Luo Hanqiu bowed slightly to the two. The two returned the greeting to Luo Hanqiu and came to Su Chen and said, This Liu Junction is not a good person. No problem, he is just a small character, Su Chen said calmly. Boom. While Su Chen was speaking, the figure of Liu Junction became clear, and a huge energy appeared on his body, and the energy burst out and collided with a rain curtain. The rain curtain instantly turned into a galloping sea wave and headed towards the inn where Su Chen was. Swish! At this time, a sword light appeared in the darkness, cutting the rain curtain and waves. The one who made the move was Liu Xingyijian. Standing in the rain curtain, holding the long sword tightly in his hand, looking at the other party with sharp eyes. The sword energy on his body burst out, and a vacuum area formed around him. "Who are you? Tell me your name." Liu Zhongshan looked at Liu Xingyijian and said. Liu Xingyijian, one of the 10 new sword masters of Qinglong Club. Liu Xingyijian's cold voice echoed in the rain curtain. Yajiu Yijian, one of the new top 10 sword masters. When the people watching the battle heard this, their expressions changed. "Top 10 sword masters, it seems that your swordsmanship is very strong, but it's a pity that I came here this time to see your Qinglong Club, young dragon chief." Qinglong Club, young dragon chief, killing someone means paying with your life. "You killed my brother's son, and today I come to take your head," Liu Zhongshan said coldly. "How dare you?" When Liu Xingyijian heard Liu Zhongshan's words, his expression changed, his figure flew into the air, and the long sword in his hand slashed out instantly, with extremely domineering swordsmanship. When the sword came out, the world only saw a sword light. But when the sword light appeared, a black light appeared, and the light appeared like an umbrella under the sword light. Ling. The sword light collided with a black figure. The black figure was shocked and retreated several steps. The figure was a thin man wearing a black robe, holding an iron umbrella with countless sharp blades on it. It was this man who just blocked Liu Xingyijian. Kai Longqiu of the Shiansan clan of the 36 aliens, the weapon in his hand is a treasure of the Shiansan clan. It is rumored to be a weapon of the weapon grade. I didn't expect that it was not just Liu Zhongshan who came this time. This time, things are unusual. Seeing this situation, some people in the dark spoke up. Here, Luo Hanqiu also introduced the identity of this person, and his eyes looked at Su Chen. Judging from the current situation, there may be quite a few people from the 36 aliens. She is now a little worried about Su Chen's safety. It turns out that they used Liu Zhongshan to attract people's attention and secretly mobilized other people to come. "It's really good," Su Chen said, his tone and face were very calm. "There are still many masters here who have not shown up yet, and they also took this opportunity to let people know the background of the Qinglong Club." Boom. At this time, a figure walked out of the dark. This person was a bit burly, with a naked upper body and a pair of boxing gloves on his arms. Step forward as he walked forward. Suddenly, in the rain, a figure appeared like a swift, and with a flick of his hand, 2 hidden weapons flew towards Su Chen. Boom. A figure appeared, Zhuangjian, holding a double-edged sword, appeared, and cut the 2 hidden weapons with a long sword in his hand. Then his figure landed on the ground, and with a kick of his foot, he rushed towards the Black Shadow. The Black Shadow's body skills were amazing, and Zhuangjian couldn't keep up with the other party for a while. At this time, the burly man who appeared earlier went towards the inn where Su Chen was. The 36 aliens have barbarian bloody man, bursting with all their strength, and the power is terrifying. There are 4 more people around Su Chen. These 4 people are very powerful together, but if these 4 people appear, there will be no masters around Su Chen. It seems that Lai Zhenbi has a good plan this time, the person next to Jin Junmo said. Hearing the words of the person beside him, Jin Junmo frowned slightly, and after thinking for a moment, he said, "If Su Chen is in danger in the end, you help him secretly. I want Su Chen to owe me a favor." While they were talking in the inn, this person is Yi-Man, the number 1 in physical cultivation among the 36 alien tribes. The man with a swallow-like figure is called Wei Shuang, from the Du'an tribe, one of the 36 alien tribes. Young Master Su, the other party came prepared this time, I think. Luo Hanqiu looked at Su Chen and wanted to persuade him. "Yes, Su Chen, we go first," Mei Zuanshuang said on the side. Only Zhuang Zuanji did not speak. She has been with Su Chen for a long time and knows that Su Chen always hides his means. No matter how many people they come, if they dare to attack me, none of them will survive today. I want to let the whole world know the price of attacking me. Let's keep watching. Su Chen's tone was filled with murderous intent. As he finished speaking, a figure walked out from the dark. The man looked a bit ugly, but when he appeared, a fierce and cold aura permeated, and the surrounding rain curtain seemed to turn into sticky ice flowers under this aura. "I am the new head of the Qinglong Society, Zhangaiyu Hall, Ling Luoshi. If you dare to attack my Qinglong Society, Xiaolong Show today, you will be going to war with the Qinglong Society, head on."
From today on, the 36 foreign tribes in Jiangnan will be hunted down by my Qinglong Society, Zhengaiyu Hall. When I take action in this Zhengaiyu Hall, I will not leave a single person alive, not even a child." Ling Luoxi's cold voice echoed in the rain curtain. There was terror in the coldness. Chapter 797, The Fierce Power of Ling Luoxi. Yuan Shizin's limits lend you concentration. Ling Luoxi, the leader of this Zhengaiyu Hall of the Qinglong Society, Feng Huiyan, who was watching the battle, stared at him. "Sir, this person is very arrogant, and he threatened to use his Zhengaiyu Hall of the Qinglong Society to fight against the 36 alien races," the old man next to Feng Huiyan said coldly. "He is a little arrogant, even more arrogant than the dragon heads of the Qinglong Society," Feng Huiyan said coldly. "Except for the mysterious dragon head, the other dragon heads of the Qinglong Society have not appeared. Except for Li Chen's Hao, who is domineering, the rest of the dragon heads have a feeling of escaping from the world. See if he has the ability to be so arrogant." Sima Changhan and Lin Xiaoshan were standing by the window, looking at the figure that appeared. This person has a strong murderous intent. Judging from his face, he is an extremely cruel person. Ling Luoxi, the new leader of this Zhengaiyu Hall of the Qinglong Society, is not a good person. "Be careful when dealing with him," Sima Changhan said. "This person makes me feel very cruel. The other dragon heads are not as cruel as him. How could this be?" Lin Xiaoshan frowned. "I don't know. Maybe the most terrifying thing about the Qinglong Club is not the dragon head, but the 12 halls and 365 branches below. These people haven't appeared yet," Sima Changhan said. "For example, the Xianjian division where he is. Many people think that the Xianjian division in the capital is the most powerful, but in fact, there are many masters in the Xianjian divisions in various places." In the inn, Su Chen looked at Ling Luoxi who appeared, and his eyes lit up. For the 12 hall masters of the Qinglong Club, Su Chen has changed his mind now. He must be a ruthless person, and not an ordinary ruthless person. Ling Luoxi is cruel and murderous. Yuan Shisangshan, although he would never do anything to hurt people, has a perverse, violent, extreme personality, and thinks highly of himself. Such a person may be more intimidating than the dragon head of the Qinglong Club, if he is placed in the position of the 12 hall masters of the Qinglong Club. However, after Ling Luoxi said this, he will have to fill in the masters for Xingaodang, otherwise, how can we face the 36 alien races? "The 36 alien races are not easy," Su Chen said in his heart. The three people beside him looked at Ling Luoxi who appeared, and then looked at Su Chen. It turned out that Su Chen had already made arrangements. He looked at the street. At this moment, Liu Zhongshan's eyes were gloomy and fierce, and his body was filled with murderous intent. "He-man, kill him, smash him to pieces." Liu Zhongshan didn't think about fighting with Ling Luoxi, he wanted to deal with Su Chen. He looked at Su Chen with a gloomy look. Boom in the rain, He-man kicked the ground with his foot and shot out. When he shot out, He-man shouted, "Divine power, heavy mountain." A terrifying gravity burst out from his body. The rain that was originally falling seemed to be weightless under this divine power, and was instantly oppressed by a huge gravity and fell heavily. Along with this gravity, there was a hint of ferocity in He-man's eyes. He clenched his palm into a fist and punched out. The next moment, the whole body rushed towards Ling Luoxi like a heavy mountain. Divine power. At this moment, Ling Luoxi burst out with a terrifying and brutal force. 4 stone gates appeared behind him. One of the stone gates was a little blurry and had not yet formed. He shook off the divine power of He-man. Then his body turned into a residual image and dodged He-man's punch. He-man's punch hit the ground. "Hide, can you hide?" He-man's attack missed, and his blood and ki were fully opened. The terrifying blood and ki power and true ki spread to the surroundings, trying to restrict Ling Luoxi's body. "Hide, you are not worthy of me, Ling Luoxi, to hide." Boom. At this moment, Ling Luoxi's breath burst out, and his muscles and bones were ringing. A terrifying breath appeared on his body, and his face was ferocious, cruel and ruthless. "I have killed people all my life, my brothers, my relatives, and I am alone. There is no one in this world that I can hide from." When Ling Luoxi spoke, the terrifying killing intent also emerged from his body. The killing intent and the true energy worked together, and the surrounding rain curtain seemed to be shattered in an instant. Swish! Suddenly, his body moved, and he disappeared in the blink of an eye. When he appeared again, he was already in front of He-man. "Barbarian divine power,
Ling Luoshi's speed was so fast that he could only show his physical strength. The barbarian divine power flowed in his body. He-Man's bones and muscles kept popping, and his muscles bulged all over his body. Thick tendons burst out, emitting terrifying energy. Boom! Ling Luoshi's palm fell on the opponent's body. Divine power, lock of the 4 doors. When the palm fell, Ling Luoshi shouted. A huge divine power burst out from his body, and the 4 stone doors appeared again. 4 doors appeared, and suddenly the surroundings seemed to be locked in an instant. The blood, energy, and his own divine power, and his mind at this moment, all felt locked. The mind lock was a little weak, maybe the door was not fully formed. When this power enveloped He-Man's previous violent aura seemed to disappear in an instant at this moment. He-Man growled, trying to get out of this predicament. But Ling Luoshi would not give him this opportunity. He raised his palm, clenched it tightly, and punched out. The terrifying energy burst out from his fist. Bang! The fist pierced through the opponent's chest. Blood burst out. It gathered with the rain curtain flowing down in the air, as if blood rained down from the sky. You, with his chest pierced, He-Man looked at his chest gushing blood and growled, your chest is broken, but you're still not dead? You're only adding to your own pain. Ling Luoshi's face was still ferocious, and his palm did not stop. His fist changed into palm again, and he slapped out with one palm. The rolling key force swept towards the other's head like a bloody tide. Boom! At this moment, a figure shot out from the rooftop around the street. The figure slapped out with his palm, and his palm showed a wave of air, turning into a water dragon and heading towards Ling Luoshi. Swish! Just when the figure made a move, a figure walked out on the street. The figure who walked out was a bit burly, and formed a huge shadow under the rain curtain. The figure was wearing a green robe and a golden belt around his waist. There was a sense of arrogance in his eyes, and his aura was strong, which was not weaker than the aura of Ling Luoshi when he appeared. After he appeared, he punched out with a fist. The fist collided with a water dragon. The water dragon was shattered. Boom! The fists and palms of the two collided with each other. But then a divine power emerged from the person who made the palm strike, and the divine power enveloped Yuan Shishangsen. Bang! Yuan Shishangsen's figure was shocked and retreated. You dare to attack me without concentrating your divine power? The person who appeared was dressed in black and looked at Yuan Shishangsen with cold eyes. Bang! On the other side, Ling Luoshi smashed He-Man's head with a palm strike. At this moment, a terrifying fighting spirit burst out from Yuan Shishangsen. Divine power, even if you count, today I will let you step into the sea to concentrate your mind. Yuan Shishangsen's low voice rumbled in the rain. Chapter 798, Sad Little Arrow. An arrow pierces the body, the person wearing a mask. Yuan Shishangsen's strength is close to that of the sea condensation. Recently, he is preparing for the condensation. As a great demon god, Yuan Shishangsen's pursuit of martial arts is not inferior to anyone else. He is not inferior to Zhuge Zhangwo in both literary talent and martial arts, but he is unlucky. He wants to show his ambitions, but he has never been reused, so he is depressed and a little abnormal. His life is actually a tragedy, and his fate is full of coincidences. He, Yuan Shishangsen, is reborn, and he wants to fight for destiny again. He appeared with Ling Luoshi. Recently, he has been communicating with Ling Luoshi, and combined with his own experience, he already knows what kind of divine power he wants to condense. People who pursue attack and killing often pay attention to lethality. The divine power he wants to condense is based on the prototype of the sad little arrow. Arrogant, the man who made the move looked at Yuan Shishangsen's arrogance and his face became extremely gloomy. Who are you? I will kill you today to let you know the consequences of despising the strong man of the sea condensation. The one who kills you is the Black Descendant clan. Hey Mushu, the man roared. As soon as he stepped on the ground, he rushed out instantly. Divine power, black water flow. There was a black breath in the divine power, which merged with a rain curtain to form a sticky. A black true energy also appeared in his palm, and the true energy was corrosive and went towards Yuan Shishangsen. This person has an extraordinary aura. Although he has not stepped into the sea to concentrate his mind, he is probably not a simple person. Sima Chang'an looked at Yuan Shishangsen and said. He is not an ordinary person, but Ling Luoshi is not simple. His divine power can actually lock people's spirit. I am afraid I am not this person's opponent, Lin Xiaoshan said in a deep voice. It's not too strong for now, but when the other party completely simulates the fourth door,
It will be very terrifying, Sima Chang'an said. But I don't know what position this person who appeared has in the Qinglong Club, Sima Chang'an said. On the other side, the man next to Jin Zhenmo said, Master, I'm afraid I don't need to do anything. I'm afraid that the Qinglong Club has already prepared people, although the divine power on this person has not been condensed. This He Mushu is no match, the man looked at Yuan Shishangsen and said. Compared with the horror of others. Feng Huiyan and the old man looked gloomy. Lies Hanbi arranged 36 people from the alien race to come secretly, but around Su Chen, the Qinglong Club, also arranged a lot of people. Calculate, who is calculating who? Feng Huiyan said with a gloomy face. His eyes looked at Yuan Shishangsen. Under the opponent's divine power, Yuan Shishangsen punched out. The fist collided with the opponent's palm. The two forces collided, and the terrifying power spread to the surroundings. Yuan Shishangsen was shocked back. But when Yuan Shishangsen was shocked back, his body suddenly rose again, rushed out, and his left hand was a hateful fist, and his right hand was a hateful palm. He kept making moves to offset the opponent's divine power suppression. He did not retreat at all, but showed a special ferocity on his face. And a breath condensed on him. This breath continued to spread out. The fighting style is really fierce, and he actually suppressed that He Mushu. Seeing this scene, some people were horrified. The divine power is about to appear, but I don't know what his divine power is. Looking at this scene, someone spoke up. In the inn. Several people also looked at Yuan Shishangsen. Maybe the first volume of the Hate Heaven and Hate Earth grade method can be passed on to this Yuan Shishangsen, Su Chen thought in his heart. Yuan Shishangsen's martial arts talent is very high. Otherwise, he would not have cultivated so many unique skills. Even practicing the Nishan character scripture can be practiced. If he had huge Hangwo's luck, Yuan Shishangsen might have achieved higher achievements. Su Chen, who is this person? Mei Zuanshuang looked at Yuan Shishangsen and said. Yuan Shishangsen, the leader of the Ryu Hall of Qinglong Club, Su Chen said. Master of Ryu Hall, condense your divine power. When Mei Zuanshuang was speaking, she saw a shadow appear on Yuan Shishangsen's body, which was a short arrow. What is that? It looks a bit like a weapon, sad little arrow. Yuan Shishangsen's strongest attack, it seems that He Mushu is going to die. When Yuan Shishangsen's divine power is condensed, it means his death. In fact, even without divine power, Yuan Shishangsen can still kill him. His divine power is too weak to stop Yuan Shishangsen's sad little arrow, Su Chen said. When Su Chen's voice fell, Yuan Shishangsen, who had condensed his divine power, retreated. Today, if you help me condense my divine power, I will kill you with my strongest move as a respect for you. Yuan Shishangsen never attacks people from behind. His sad little arrow is also shot from the front. Hearing Yuan Shishangsen's words, He Mushu's face looked very ugly. He failed to defeat the other party, and let the other party successfully condense his divine power. This is his shame. The other party is now going to kill him with one move. Roar. He Mushu was furious, veins popped up on his forehead. A terrifying black key appeared all over his body, radiating in all directions, and the key rushed to the sky. The key and blood in his body also circulated rapidly, forming a blazing heat that evaporated all the rain curtains around him. Black water divine palm, He Mushu went crazy, and he burst out all his ki and blood. He wanted to fight Yuan Shishangsen to the death. He must kill Yuan Shishangsen. Boom! Yuan Shishangsen's divine power burst out, and a sad little arrow appeared. This was a little arrow he made temporarily. Although it was just an ordinary little arrow. But the moment he took the little arrow in his hand, a murderous aura spread in the air. Huh? The little arrow attached to Yuan Shishangsen's arm. The surrounding airflow seemed to rush towards the little arrow instantly. At the moment when the surrounding airflow rushed in, the rain curtain that was originally rushing down between the surrounding heaven and earth seemed to be cut off instantly, and no raindrops fell for a while. The move affects the weather. This move is very scary. Sima Chang'an's eyes condensed. Then his eyes couldn't help but look at Liu Junction. Liu Junction's expression also changed at this moment. His aura burst out, and he grabbed with his palm. A saber appeared in his hand, and his aura rose. Just at this time, a figure walked out from behind him. The figure was dressed in black and wore a mask on his face. His face could not be seen clearly, but as soon as he appeared, a divine aura locked on him. If he made a move, the other party would definitely make a move. Although the other party was wearing a mask,
but he could clearly sense a sharp aura on the other party. If he didn't move, it would be fine. If he moved, it would be extremely sharp. At this moment, Sima Changhan also saw the figure that appeared. Wearing a mask, another master of the Qinglong Club, but he didn't show his true face. Who is this person? Sima Changhan's voice fell. At this time, a burst of thunder bombarded the world. Yuan Shishangsen's sad little arrow burst out. This was when he fought Zhu Zhengwo that year. After the strongest arrow burst out, he burst out again with the strongest attack. The past is gone with the wind, and Yuan Xin fights the sky again in this life. The haze of the previous life will definitely be broken by him this time. The arrow moves with the air. Roar. The black water roared, and the divine power burst out. He punched out with a punch, and the powerful air force went to the sad little arrow. But under this arrow, it was instantly shattered. Swish, the long arrow pierced the opponent's body. The body paused, his eyes looked at his chest, and then looked at Yuan Shishangsen. Who are you? He wanted to know Yuan Shishangsen's name. I am Yuan Shishangsen, the master of the Ryu Hall of Qinglong Society. Yuan Shishangsen's voice echoed in the air. There will be two more around 5 p.m. Chapter 799, One-Sided. Liu Zhengshan draws his sword. Yuan Shishangsen, you are very strong. 36 aliens. This time, after saying that, Hei Mushu fell to the ground. At this moment, the rain curtain fell again in an instant. Ah! At this time, the person who attacked Su Chen earlier screamed. The position where his body moved was locked by the black and white Zhuangjian, and the divine power burst out to control the other party's body. Then he attacked. The attack became fierce. The opponent was very fast, but his strength was a little weak. After his speed was restricted, he was not a match for the black and white Zhuangjian at all. As for the person who fought with Liu Sheng Yijian, the weapon in his hand was a little weird. Flying out, the blade flowed, and he used the weapon to block Liu Sheng Yijian's slashing knife. Liu Sheng Yijian, after many attacks without success, he held the sword with both hands. His body approached the opponent. Come close to me, are you looking for death? Seeing this, Kai Hongqiu, a member of the Shiansan tribe, became ferocious. The sword in Liu Sheng Yijian's hand was an ordinary long sword. And his weapon was a weapon-level weapon, which was much stronger than the long sword in Liu Sheng Yijian's hand. As long as he was hit by his weapon, he would definitely be able to cut Liu Sheng Yijian into pieces. Previously, Liu Sheng Yijian's sword energy was too sharp, so he didn't fight him head-on. He originally wanted to use his weapon to resist Liu Sheng Yijian's sword energy. Then he slowly approached Liu Sheng Yijian. But Liu Sheng Yijian's sword energy was too sharp, and the sword energy was powerful. Every time the sword energy slashed over, not only did his body fail to move forward, but he was slashed back by the opponent. It was completely in a passive defense state. However, the weapon in his hand itself was both offensive and defensive. The opponent was now approaching. This was a chance for him to kill him. The long sword turned into a sharp sword light and slashed on the umbrella-like flying blade. The flying blade suddenly spun at a high speed, and emitted a fierce flame with the sword blade. The flame shot out in the rain, driving the surrounding rain curtain. What does Liu Sheng Yijian want to do? Such a close-range attack is not good for him, Lin Xiaoshan said beside Sima Changhan. That umbrella is not an ordinary weapon. If Liu Sheng Yijian's divine power is stronger, it may be able to affect the opponent's movements and then kill the opponent with one blow, but it is still difficult now, Sima Changhan said in a deep voice. However, his eyes were still on the man wearing the mask. At this moment, the masked man just stood there. Liu Zhengshan also stood there. Although the two stood there, the aura on their bodies began to spread. Ling. Liu Sheng Yijian's long sword collided with the umbrella again, and the energy burst out, but the umbrella blade turned, and endless blades burst out and attacked Liu Sheng Yijian. Die. At this moment, Kai Hongqiu seemed to seize the opportunity, and the umbrella in his hand turned, and several blades burst out instantly, sweeping towards Liu Sheng Yijian. Liu Sheng Yijian's long sword turned into sword light and went towards the flying blade. At this time, seeing this, Kai Hongqiu closed the umbrella in his hand. It instantly turned into black light and burst out instantly. The black light was extremely fast, heading towards Liu Sheng Yijian's chest. Liu Sheng Yijian's movements were not slow either, and the long sword in his hand slashed out instantly. But at the moment of slashing, a vibration force came from the umbrella, and the long sword in his hand was vibrated by this energy, and his palm was unstable and was directly shaken away. Kai Chu, who followed, showed a ferocious look on his face. With a suction of his palm, the umbrella was caught in his hand. But at the moment he grabbed the umbrella, Liu Shengyijian, whose long sword was shaken off, shot out violently, and the short sword on his waist instantly attacked. Swish, the long sword passed through the opponent's chest. The figure appeared behind the opponent. If you don't make a move, I have no chance. You think it's an opportunity, then I'll give it to you. Liu Shengyijian's cold voice rang in Kai Chu's ears. Me. He wanted to speak, but the sword energy in his chest burst, and his entire lower body was blown up by the sword energy. Only the head with an unwilling look was left, falling to the ground. Liu Sheng raised his hand and grabbed the long sword that had been knocked down before. He grabbed it in his hand and inserted it into his waist. He walked to the edge of the umbrella blade, picked it up, and slowly stood under the eaves beside him. The atmosphere became depressing. Judging from the current situation, Li's Humbui's plan this time can be regarded as a complete failure. Everyone's eyes fell on Liu Zhengxin and the masked man. Who are you and why are you wearing a mask? Liu Zhengxin looked at the masked man and said. But the man on the opposite side did not speak, but stepped forward. Fight. Holding the hilt of the longsword in his hand, the aura on his body surged. Kill. Liu Zhengxin held a saber, and his figure shot out violently, and the longsword in his hand slashed at the masked man. The knife was fierce, and there was no divine power. It was completely strength. The masked man's longsword appeared, holding the sword with both hands. A sword slashed out. The longsword collided with a saber. The two did not lose the wind at all, and were on par with Liu Zhengxin holding the saber. What a powerful force, Liu Zhengxin said after the attack. Who is this man? He can actually fight against Liu Zhengxin who is holding a saber, Lin Ziaoshan said. Who knows? But the longsword in his hand is an ordinary longsword. I'm afraid it will break after Liu Zhengxin's blows, Sima Chang'an said. The attack was blocked. Liu Zhengxin did not retreat. The saber in his hand quickly attacked with more fierce force. But they were all blocked by the opponent's attack. I don't know how many times your long sword can collide with me. Although my 3 long swords were just ordinary weapons at the beginning, I have melted a lot of fine iron in them over the years, and used my blood to sacrifice them. They are almost at the weapon level. As he spoke, his figure shot out violently. When he approached, the 2 sabers behind him flew out instantly, and the energy in his palms flowed, and the 3 sabers flew into the air instantly. Boom! The 3 long swords poured down instantly, like a waterfall of silver light. Seeing this, Luo Hanqiu's expression changed beside Su Chen. This attack can't defeat the opponent. The masked man who appeared was Yu Piayu. Although Yu Piayu had a scar on his face, it did not limit his beauty at all. Once he appeared, it would probably cause a sensation. This sensation is not a good thing for Yu Piayu, not to mention. Su Chen has not thought of what to do with this beautiful man yet. Qinglong Club, Xian'ai Pavilion, he can't play his advantages for the time being. Such a beautiful face, if not used, is a complete waste, so it is not convenient to show his true self for the time being. Of course, Yu Pi's strength is also ranked in the top 10 in Gulong's novels. Although he has no notes of breaking, he is definitely a top-notch concentrated strong man. The opponent's move can't hurt Yu Piu at all. Xianshan Wuji. Xiandi Wubian, a deep voice burst out in the silver light, and then countless sword lights appeared. The sword light collided with a knife light. The sword light and the knife light disappeared. Liu Zhengxin's 3 sabers flew back, and he looked at Yu Piu wearing a mask with a serious look. That sword light just now, Luo Hanqiu said with horror. It was mainly because Yu Piu took action and blocked Liu Zhengxin's attack with one move. Chapter 800, Fierce Battle, God's Power Rising. Su Chen's eyes were calm. Yu Piu is not only good at swordsmanship, but also very strong in knife skills and internal strength. Wu Xiang Shenguang has unparalleled true energy, which can cut open a waterfall hanging upside down for thousands of feet, and the lower half of the waterfall rolls up to form a water column, which is extremely thick. There is also a self-created knife skill, having a knife but no moves. Xiao Li Fideo is the best knife skill in the world. According to legend, no one in the world can block his knife. It's because when he uses the knife and the moves have become one. Others can only see the moves but not the knife. This is the so-called having moves but no knife, but how can others dodge it? However, Yu Piayu, who has no knowledge of knife skills, created having a knife but no moves, which is the opposite. This knife skill is round and infinite, and there is no move at all, so there is no trace to find. Even if you want to dodge and break it, there is no way to break it. However, although this move has no movement, it has a knife. Since there is a knife, you have to dodge it, because it is the knife that really hurts people, not the moves. So his knife skills are also very strong. In Gulong's novels, Yu Piayu's strength is definitely above many people. Although she is strong here, she is not too strong. Your strength is worth my full strength? You can tell me your name. Liu Zhongshan looked at Yu Piayu and said in a deep voice. The strong have always been closely connected. Liu Zhongshan recognized Yu Piayu's strength, so he wanted to know Yu Piayu's name. The name is just a code name, Yu Piayu said coldly. Hearing Yu Piayu's words, Liu Zhongshan's face became gloomy, but he didn't ask again. At this moment, the rain curtain fell, a little hurried, and the wind blew, raising the rain waves. And at this moment, it covered the two people. Kill, Liu Zhongshan shouted in a low voice, and a sharp sword energy appeared on his body. The sword energy poured into the falling rain curtain and lifted the rain curtain. He slashed with his saber in his hand, and the huge sword energy slashed out again. At the moment the sword energy slashed out, the sky was filled with sword energy and the rain curtain emitted a dazzling light, sweeping towards Yu Pei like a sword rain. The powerful sword energy made the spectators who were far away still feel the sharpness of this sword. The sword light in Yu Piayu's hand flowed. Originally just an ordinary sword, it also burst out with brilliant light in his hand. For a moment, Yu Piayu's figure could not be seen at all. Only the sword energy burst out from the long sword, shattering the falling sword rain. And the long sword itself collided with the falling sword energy. Boom! The sword energy and the sword rain disappeared instantly. At this time, Liu Zhongshan's figure soared into the air, and three sabers floated out behind him. Under his control, the three merged into one instantly. Boom! Heaven extinction sword. When this sword appeared, thunder flashed in the dim sky and earth. Sensing the sword, Yu Piayu's eyes condensed. The Wuxiang divine art on his body was running rapidly, and a series of terrifying true energy flowed out of his body, and the true energy enveloped the long sword. The long sword burst out with more brilliant light, boom, and the sword was slashed out. The terrifying sword light turned into a giant sword and collided with the sword light. Boom! The sword energy and the knife light collided. Divine power, Zuanine heavy ice. Liu Zhongshan, who attacked at this time, suddenly shouted in a low voice, and a terrifying divine power burst out from his body. Liu Zhongshan burst out his divine power at this moment. The divine power appeared, and the originally galloping rain curtain instantly became sticky as if it was frozen. Zuanine breaking the sky, three slashes, the three suspended sabers slashed out again in an instant. The sabers were filled with cold air. The rain around, which had originally become slow, instantly turned into ice at this moment. Divine power, no form and no style, a cold light flashed in Yu Piayu's exposed eyes, and a terrifying divine power burst out. Divine power is extremely domineering. The Wuxiang divine art itself is a very domineering art, and the true energy is strong. When he condensed his divine power, he took advantage of this. Wuxiang divine art, the divine power burst out, and the Wuxiang divine art in his body also rose rapidly. The long sword in his hand also slashed out with one sword. The two forces collided. The sword light actually shattered all the surrounding cold air. The three slashes that came out were also blocked by Yu Piayu's sword energy. Bang! The two fell down. Liu Zhongshan's body was shaken and retreated several steps. He looked at Yu Piayu wearing a mask with a serious look. What is Liu Zhongshan doing? Why is he suppressed? Feng Huiyan, who was watching the battle, saw this scene and his eyes condensed. He didn't expect Liu Zhongshan to be suppressed like this. Who is this person? He stared at Yu Piayu wearing a mask with a sinister look. Wearing a mask, he should be a person of some status, otherwise he wouldn't wear a mask, the old man next to him said in a deep voice. At this moment, Liu Zhongshan's face became very ugly. He was suppressed. Although he didn't want to admit it, it was the fact. It seems that I can't kill you if I don't use my trump card, Liu Zhongshan said coldly. Master, Liu Zhongshan is going to use a trace of the blood power of the Zuanine Xian Mang, but I don't know how much blood power he has, the old man next to Feng Huiyan said. At this time, many people were also stunned. They didn't expect Liu Zhongshan to have a trump card. The blood of the Zuanine heavenly python? Su Chen murmured. Huh? When Liu Zhongshan finished speaking, he took a deep breath, and the power in his body began to surge. Under this power, his robes instantly shattered, exposing his naked upper body. And a vague shadow appeared on his naked upper body, and this shadow appeared on his skin. Kaka under this vague shadow, Liu Zhongshan's height began to rise a lot, and his muscles bulged all over his body, looking a little hideous. The shadow on his body appeared vaguely, showing the appearance of a giant python. When the giant python appeared, a chill appeared around Liu Zhongshan. This chill affected the surrounding air. For a moment, the rain curtain that was originally galloping seemed to stop around at this moment. The blood is burning. He uses the power of blood to burn his own blood. Is this how the blood power is used? Su Chen looked at Liu Zhongshan and said. He only got a trace of blood power. To use this trace of power, he needs to consume a lot of blood, Luo Hanqiu said on the side. She is Liu Zhongshan's enemy. She has investigated Liu Zhongshan for many years. At this moment, her eyes are full of hope. This is Liu Zhongshan's last resort. If the man wearing a mask can even break his last resort, then Liu Zhongshan will not be able to leave Luoyang City tonight. As the shadow of the Zuanine sky python appeared, a terrifying coldness and a huge force burst out from Liu Zhongshan. Zuanine sky python slash. When Liu Zhongshan burst out his Zuanine sky python blood, he stepped on the ground with both feet. With a loud bang, the ground collapsed, and he rushed towards Upiu. The three sabers were tightly held together by his hands. Boom! The three sabers gathered together and came out in an instant. The Zuanine sky python can not only help him increase his coldness, but also help him burst out a terrifying huge force. Sensing the violence and power of this knife, Upiu raised all her strength. The terrifying divine power along with the true energy of the waves gathered on the long sword. The long sword slashed out, tearing the void. Bang! It collided with the three long swords that returned from the attack. Two huge forces collided. Exploded. A strong wind formed above the street, and the strong wind swept up all the rain on the ground and swept it in all directions. The surrounding walls, windows, and doors quickly became like sieves under the impact of this rain. End of this chapter. Thank you very much for reaching the end. Don't forget to like. Looking for more exclusive content and immediate access? Subscribe to our Patreon. Remember, every like, subscription, or donation encourages us to continue. Thanks to everyone. See you in the next video.